Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Sportscover Arena today, and on behalf of everyone at the Victorian Amateur Football Association and our major sponsor, we're very happy to see you all here for today's Premier Grand Final between Collegians and Old Xaverians. Collegians led by Simon Arnott and Mark Hibbins, Old Xaverians led by Andy Gowers. As the players line up for the National Anthem of Australia, I invite Matilda Sholly to come and sing Australia's National Anthem.
So your final answer?
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strings that let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Play on big and small. I don't think, but I don't think it's been in that space over the last 6 weeks. So,
So Collegians have won the toss and will kick to the golf course end or the main scoreboard end of Glen Huntly of the Sportscover Arena. Old Xaverians will be kicking to the Glen Huntly Road end.
Boots for the Ajax in the B grade. Actually.
Right, well, so they're a very solid team in B grade. They won last year's Premier C Grand Final.
They did.
And did very well under Bernie Sheahy this year in B grade.
Bernie Sheahy's a great guy and a great coach, but I was more in the juniors, and then I had a higher calling, which was tennis.
I see. So you don't get down to watch any Ajax games at the moment?
A couple, but I think it's fantastic to see so many people out here today. It's a great day for football. Bit of wind out there, but at least the blue skies are above, and I think, two good teams, and Xavier really finished well last week. I mean, kicking 8 goals to 1, I think, in the last quarter. Saw them run over their opponent. So I'm hoping that they come into this game ready to fire.
So the Old Xaverians to win by how much?
2 goals, I think.
2 goals, the Old Xaverians from Josh Frydenberg, the federal MP for Kooyung. Great honour to have you here with us on 96.5, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Josh Frydenberg joining us, and now the man coming in is my fellow co-commentator today, Andrew Leonard on 96.5 Inter FM. Well done with the opening ceremony there, Andrew.
Thank you very much, Michael, and good afternoon, Ken. Good to see you up here as well. Have you enjoyed lunch today at all?
No, didn't have any yesterday and none today, but had a good day.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ken. Thank you very much for actually taking time out to speak.
Thank you, Michael, and congratulations on a job well done again with this preview of today's proceedings, and it's gone very, very well.
Ken, who wins and why? Except for the federal MP for Kooyong going for Old Xaverians, we can't find another one. They're friendless in the betting. Who wins?
Well, I'm just going to be short and sweet. I think Zabs will win the game by 19 points.
Can you take us to why? Because
you've
seen Zabs play Collegians 2 of the last 3 weeks,
yes,
and Collegians win convincingly.
Yeah, right, they've won, but Zabs haven't played at their best, but still have been close enough in the game. If they unwind today and play at their maximum, at their peak, I think that will do the job. The other thing, of course, is that, as my good mate Norm Nugent has mentioned, don't get off the Zabs in the finals, and he's right. And while I'm talking about Norman, I must say the cheerio to him. He's in hospital at this stage, Norman, unwell after some heart problems. So if you're listening in, Norman, we're thinking of you. I know if you're well enough, you'll be listening to 96.5 Inter FM, and I'm sure you'll be pleased that I'm taking note of what you told me some 9 or 10 years ago. Never get off the Zabs in finals, and that's what I'm doing.
And I think those sentiments are echoed by all of us on the commentary team here at 96.5. Ken, wishing you a speedy recovery, Norm. I'm sure you'll be tuning in today. John, you've gone through all the matchups. Who wins and why?
And from me as well with Norm, his great Uni Blues father. Well, Ken's convinced me. Ken, in the last few minutes, has turned me around and just looking. I'm going to tip Zabs in a close game, and if they don't, they'll get killed.
Andrew, who wins?
I'll stick with what I said in the record, Collegians.
And I'm going to go for Collegians by 55. Andrew, take it away.
Terrible bounce in the middle to start the grand final, which is unfortunate and will be recalled to have it thrown up in the air.
Can we reset the clock?
Don't know, we lost 5 seconds there. Umpire throws it up. Probably give that one to Purse, who got the first knock. It's not going anywhere, though, as players converge, and we'll have another ball up in the middle of the ground. Who did you select, Michael?
Collegians by 55.
Wowee. Thrown up in the middle of the ground. Dixon got the knockout there, getting wrapped up in a tackle. Strawn, he's not going anywhere. Strong tackle laid on him by Purse, and we'll have another bounce.
Well, don't get me wrong, I hope it's a 1 point margin one way or the other, but I just think they've been the form team all year.
Crowd finally filtering in here to Sportscover. Purse got it down. Scott got the clearing kick out of the middle for Collegians, up towards full forward. Taft goes past it. Kennedy gets there first for Old Xaverians. Hand pass to Dimatina. He's away on the left foot and kicks wide and finds a player, and that's okay. And it's found to Tiernan. Prowse, rather, sorry, and he's marked on the half-back flank. Kicks down the line to the lead of Hanley. Goes past him on the bounce. Darvell overran the football. Tardif picked it up. Hand pass to Strawn. Strawn's little kick down the line. Just going to go over the head of Corp. And marking it there is Dimatina for Old Xaverians.
So Nick Dimatina slowing up play, gets the ball away there to Kennedy, who went to Colbert, and Colbert goes wide to Aegis, who's taken the mark. Half-back flank with the familiar long drop punt right up to the half-forward line. Doing the roving Luke Howard. He got the handball back to Murphy Ambrose. Swung around on the right foot. He kicks up to the hot spot. Hanley in front. Punched away Charlie Holst. He does his own roving. Might have been tackled high. Got the handball away to Will Tarvin. He takes one bounce and drives it up to the centre wing position on the overlap. Taking the ball was Blumfield. He got the handball away from Nick Corp, just into the team, up to the half-forward line. Shaw Taft trying to do it on his own, runs it over the line and out of bounds in front of the Xavier coach's box.
Just a couple of things from the opening seconds. You notice Zabs are better than they've been for weeks at getting the ball out, like the kick coming out to Tiernan, to Esmond Prowse. They've been missing that sort of thing. The other thing is they've started with Shaw at full forward, so they've gone quite tall up forward.
Purse got the knockout. Ferguson couldn't quite claim the football. Big pack forms as players dive on the football and have a ball up right half forward for Collegians.
When I say they have, Zabs have started with Shaw, who's normally their second ruckman, coming off the bench and changing. So an interesting tactical move.
Thrown up. Knocked out that time by Corp. Falling over the football there, Colbert. Maybe got one in the back. No, said the umpire. Play on. Ball still can't spill free. No clear possession for anyone. And the umpire letting it go a bit longer there. And elects to come in and bounce it.
John Nick Wynn on his own and Charlie Holst on his own.
Yes.
Both back lines.
Yeah.
Thrown up both. Ruckman missed it. Ferguson came through with the football, got caught by Colbert, and then Matthew Ball laid a tackle. He's still got a kick away towards the pocket. Running back though, Nick Wynn for Old Xaverians. Dangerous kick to centre half forward or centre half back for Old Xaverians. Kamenar chops it off in front of Aegis. Runs around, gets a hand pass back to Scott. Scott might go back to Hilton here. No, peddling backwards, goes on the left out wide to Reese, who's on his own.
Boundary.
Got acres of space. In fact, the kick was misdirected and the boundary line wins out, as Ken Petrucco said.
So what that was that in the forward line, Corp was doing the ruck work, so Wynn was probably on Corp, so Wynn went back into the space, and Barclay Dixon was there enabling free, enabling also Holst to be free because the centre forward when picked up the ruckman.
Scott got the takeaway there for the Collegian side. Running over the top of the ball, Ferguson. Quick handball out. Went the way of Xaverians. Nick Wynn first on the ball. Helped out by his skipper in Matty Ball. Came to Lockie Ferguson again. This time he got the handball away. Wrapped up in a tackle. Strawn. Came to ground. Went to Kondorovskis. Kondorovskis went over the top. Went to Murphy Ambrose. Ambrose got the ball to Darvell. He went up to the half-back line and Collegians had taken the mark.
Charlie Holst took that mark. Going back, one out against Hanley there. Call to play on. Kicks long down the line. Up towards Dixon. Thumped away from him by Purse. Scott rows it off hands though. Runs around, takes the player on and kicks up towards full forward. Ball misses everyone going back with the flight of the ball. Carey couldn't get it. Here comes Bull. Bull's going to have the first shot at goal and he snaps and just pushes it across the face, one behind. Collegians are first on the board in the grand final. It is the Premier Grand Final on 96.5 NRFM. They're one behind 1 point. That's on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard. Savs yet to score.
Now Carey given the kicking out, and he'll kick it very, very long with that prevailing westerly breeze out to the outer wing. Doing the roving Michael Darvelli, charges through the centre of Elsternwick Park, hits up Brendan Goss beautifully on the chest, half forward flank. Brendan Goss, a one-on-one competition. Shaw stands firm, can't take the mark on the second grab. Tardif does the buttering up and kicks the ball across his body. Courtney Hilton first in for Collegians. Comes off the foot of Esmond Prowse over the line and out of bounds, this time in front of the Collegians coach's box. 60 metres around, it's 1 point Collegians. Old Zav's yet to score.
Great effort by Tardif then on the taller player to get that ball to ground.
Thrown back into play, left half forward. Shaw got the big knockdown. Tardif got collected in a strong tackle by Ambrose. Here's Colbert at the back of the pack. Hand passes round to Prowse. Prowse with the banana kick up to full forward. Hanley! Yes! Mark paid. 15 metres out directly in front, and Hanley can go back and line up to kick Zav's first score of the day.
See already the influence of Esmond Prowse on that wing. A great effort in helping clear the ball out of the back line earlier, and he's run there, and they've really missed him.
Darvell still suffering from that knock. We've got Barnaby Willis on the boundary line, or Joe Watton today, just looking at what that might be. We'll get them to keep an eye on that.
I think it was just a bump after he got rid of the ball, just a collision, and it must have got him in his ribs or hip or something.
Certainly winded, at least. In the meantime, Hanley, 45-degree angle, pops it, pushes it across the face. I thought he had it, but it just faded last minute. Perhaps the breeze caught it. It's one behind. Scores level here in the grand final. Both sides one behind each on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard. We've gone 6 minutes.
Didn't take any notice of the wind there, Matt Hanley, and Courtney Hilton chips the ball in to Kamenar deep in the back pocket there for Collegians, and he'll kick the ball poorly, but just got outside the 45-metre arc. Simmons has got the handball away. Now Collegians goes forward through Zimbacks, up to the outer half-forward flank, leading out in the race of the ball. Nick Corp across his body, right foot banana kick back to the half-forward line, punching it away. Old Xaverians defence, they're all working hard. Umpires paid a free kick. It'll go the way of Collegians, and getting off the bottom of the pack to get the ball is Nick Reese, I think.
Yep.
So Reese at 35 metres out. He'll have to aim right-hand post. It'll bring it back for him to get the first major on the board.
And who else would it have been to put the first major on the board?
He's hand passed it away, though.
And he's hand passed it away there to Kondorowskis, who's kicked it deep up to the full forward line. Dixon back a pack, tried to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Huge pack of players around it. And now we'll get a ball up 15 metres out from the Collegians' goal.
Andrew, when you're out in the ground, how strong is the wind out there?
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Is it?
It's stronger than yesterday for sure. So.
But it's blowing straight across the ground?
Yeah, to the right forward pocket at the Glen Huntly Road end.
So no real advantage here. It's definitely going to be on the outer side of the ground, but it's certainly harder to score from that pocket. Now the ruck start away. Zav's tried to get it away. Aegis leading. Blumfield in the race for the ball. Blumfield now got there first. Ball came to ground. Nick Wynn in hard for Old Xaverians. Wraps up his man. Lockie Ferguson tackled high. Umpires didn't pay anything.
Lucky there.
And so much so that I was very surprised when Nick Reese pointed to the scoreboard end when he won the toss.
You think it's definitely going that way?
Definitely
so it's a southwest of line to the Elsternwick Hotel end.
Thrown up in the forward pocket, ball not getting out anywhere. Here's Strawn, tries to take on a couple, running backwards. He's wedged up against the boundary line, kicks to the top of the square. Chance for Sortner, he's forced to spoil on this occasion. Carey at the back might get there first. Kondorowskis paddling the ball towards the boundary line. Dynan overran the football. He picks it up now, gets wrapped up in a tackle by Taft. Umpire letting it go. Players all pile on top of each other, and we'll have a ball up just about 30 metres from goal, left forward pocket. Collegians in attack. It's one behind each. 8 minutes gone, first term of the grand final. Thrown up, knocked out by Purse, down towards Wynn. Little underground kick. Goes forward about 5 metres, we'll have a boundary throw in.
Interesting beginning, nothing settling down yet, but no side really showing anything on top of the other.
Cameron Purse, Ryan Colbert, third man up. Collegians get the quick takeaway. Now Zavs have the ball at the top of the goal square. One of them's Ben Kennedy. He had to kick the ball very, very quickly. It's only going to go as far as Blumfield. Tried to be wrapped up by Esmond Prowse. Blumfield gets a long handball away to last year's Jock Nelson medalist in Stuart Inglis. Inglis kicks the ball down to James Harvey. Dropped what he should have taken. Aegis gets it across to Matthew Ball. Now Zavs go forward to Oliver Gidley. Back in the side. He got a handball away to Ryan Colbert. He fell over. He's still got time to go back to Gidley, who goes back to Matthew Ball. Ball up to Aegis on the half-forward line. He stood firm but couldn't take the mark. Working in hard now, Patrick Ambrose for Old Xaverians. Collegians. Tried to get it out to Prowse. Collegians now have control of the ball with Jorgensen, and I think we'll get a ball up half forward flank. 65 metres out from Zav's goal. We've gone 9.5 minutes, still no goal in the Premier Grand Final.
Ken, you said it, incredible.
There,
Josh Aegis. I mean, he took the full load of Jorgensen's body when going for the mark, and then got up and laid a great tackle.
Thrown up, Pearce sort of got a touch to it, but didn't go anywhere. Strawn came through with the football, eventually tunneled a ball out to Blumfield. He's able to run away with it and stream up towards Sautner. Got it on the chest.
Beautiful
he can go back and line up for pretty much directly in front, about 35 metres. The distance won't be a problem, even with that breeze, I'd imagine.
Super piece of play from Blumfield there, who had a good look when he kicked down to the forward, right into the bread basket.
Yeah, he doesn't waste the ball. It's a beautiful kick.
So Sautner, chance to kick the first goal of the day of the grand final. Pops it through for a goal. Collegians get the first. They go to 1-1-7, 11 minutes gone, first term. They lead Old Xaverians by a goal. That's on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard.
Well, great pressure around the ball there, and Collegians, were fortunate enough in that contested situation to get the ball out. Blumfield had drifted forward of the pack and was free and out, and his man Prowse really should have probably had a better eye on it.
Barclay Dixon in the ruck contest there against Pearce. Ball came to ground. No free kick being paid again. Umpires not paying too many free kicks, John. Early days, a lot of ball ups.
Yeah, well, but they are just wrapping each other up, and players are happy to just take the ball.
Restart again. This time Old Xaverians win the ball out. Courtney Hilton overruns it for Collegians. Came down to Pat Ambrose. He got it up looking for Gidley. Gidley's onto it. Oliver Gidley, top of the goal square, puts Old Xaverians first on the board. So it's all tied up after 11 minutes. 1-1-7 apiece at ground level. Barnaby Willis.
Just a quick one, boys. Darvell's got his leg wrapped up. Looks like a quad or a hamstring. Not looking good.
Shocking start there for Old Xaverians in terms of injuries. Was one of their prime movers, Michael Darvell, under a cloud, only 5 minutes in.
I'd say it was a cork.
Yeah, from the incident, more like a cork.
But nonetheless, if he's not able to get back on, he's a massive loss.
So, umpire Holmes throws it up in the middle of the ground. Big knockout from Shaw. Williams got held without the football, trying to go through. Here's Zimbacks, or Lee rather, sorry. But a free kick's been plucked out, going the way of Colbert. For Old Xaverians. Colbert sends the ball forward, up towards the lead of Goss, and he's well clear of Simmons. The ball bounces past both of them and bounces over for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket. 7 apiece. 12 minutes gone, first term, 96.5 FM. It's the Premier Section Grand Final, our last game of 2012. I think that's 37, is it, Ken, the total games this year? Knocked out by Hanley.
73.
Sorry? 73?
33. 33. Felt like 73.
You blokes have been popping a few corks yourself, I think.
Thrown up, big thump forward there by Shaw. Pack forms, not really going anywhere. Kaminar couldn't quite get it clear. It's been very tight and lots of contested football early. No real clean possession. We've had a lot of ball ups and
big
stoppages
packs,
already.
Just big packs trying to exert physical pressure on each other.
Dixon flew high, couldn't get it out. Here goes Ambrose. That's Pat Ambrose. Breaks clear, runs to 40, drills towards goal. Lynch couldn't quite haul in the mark, still in play. Spins backwards and kicks backwards, concedes ground to Gidley. And the last goal kicker has a chance to line up for his second inside a couple of minutes. Oliver Gidley's got one. He'll kick this one from about 30 metres out, slightly worse than a 45-degree angle.
I think, Andrew, if you had been taking bets, Oliver Gidley to kick the first 2 goals would have been rather large.
Love the composure of the big fella Lynch then.
I'm just wondering what he was doing down there. Maybe Shaw's gone into the ruck.
So Gidley kicks, he's pushed it out to the right. It might not be a score. Hanley tries to keep it in, it's out of bounds on the full.
John Lynch came off the bench and went straight down.
He started deep down there, so that must be something in with the ruck change there.
So, Charlie Holster bring the ball back in for Collegians.
But it is to be. I mean, there's not an obvious matchup for him in the Collegians forward line at the moment.
He kicks it long to the defensive or outer side of the ground, but taking the mark back there was Ambrose for Old Xaverians. Shaw for Old Xaverians. He kicks the ball up, Tardif at the back. At the front, Brendan Goss. The mark's been paid. And then, sorry, it'll go to Brendan Goss or Murphy Ambrose? Brendan Goss has taken the mark.
His form turned around in that last quarter last week. He just started taking the ball with more surety and more purpose, and he started up looking like that again today. And he's a very dangerous player, and he's in that sort of form.
So a kick into the teeth of the breeze, kick into the Glen Huntley Road end. He's 40 metres out. Now the ball is just pushing left to right and pushing across for 1 minor score. Zav's on to 1-2-8, leading Collegians 1-1-7. We've gone 14 and a half minutes in the first term, and that's on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard.
Still the crowd files in to Sportscover Arena. Hilton has the kicking in duties for Collegians. Kicks long to the outer side of the ground. And good mark from Dixon, who works his way to the front and immediately wants to play on. He's got runners off half back. It was a tough hand pass for Tardif, put him under pressure immediately. He got it to Holst. He got around to play it, got it back to Tardif by hand. Tardif goes over the top here to Lee. Kondarovskis rather, he goes to Lee by hand. They've worked it by handball up to the centre wing position, picking it up Troon for his first touch back in the side. Recalled, here's Scott now. He got the hand pass from Troon. His kick down the line's okay, and Reese takes a good mark out in front. Wheels around straight away, Nick Reese, and sends it up towards the Saunter direction. Dropping back in the hole, Nick Wynn with courage, and he thumps it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
A great bit of play. I mean, Reese, Wynn's opponent is Reese. So he was up there for that contest and then doubled back, realising the danger. Got a wing player or someone upfield to take the throw in and affected the spoil.
Troon, third man up in the ruck, got the takeaway for Collegians. It went to the bottom of the pack and down, getting the ball. There's Imbarks across his body right up to the top of the square. Shaw a Taft. Feigned that he was hitting the head. Umpire said no. Ferguson, was he pile driven into the back? He was. Ken Petrucco doesn't like it, but he'll get the free kick and he'll go back from 20 metres out. No real angle to speak of.
If you stop and keep your head down, if you stop, you are going to get collided with around the head area. I mean, you run through the ball and take it.
Did he pay in the back or around the neck?
I think around the neck and the head.
Anyway,
unless you saw otherwise, Crooksy.
He braced for the tackle, didn't he?
He did, but put his head down, but stopped. So he was going to get.
Well, he was ready. The only way he was going to get out of it was a free kick. He's got the free kick. He's 25 metres out, virtually directly in front, kicking to the scoreboard end and kicking truly, and Collegians go back in front. 2-1-13, Old Zavs, a 1-2-8, 16 and a half minutes gone on the first term, brought to you by the Sky High Restaurant of Mount Dandenong.
Yes, well, you know, he's a dangerous player. He, of course, had a fantastic day last year, Ken, on grand final day, and when you can run that fast and play well low to the ground, you're going to be a headache all day for someone.
And he is the 2012 Rising Star.
Yeah, put himself in the position, and you can't argue about that. I thought he might have been a bit lucky to get it, but that's history.
Thrown up in the middle of the ground again. So after a tough early start, it's a couple of goals have been kicked. AGS got the clearing kick up to Williams. He couldn't quite take the mark. Look at Tardif streaming off half back though. Kicks up towards Ferguson. He's got a back here. Punched away from him by Dimatina. In the race for the ball, it's Old Xaverians with the numbers. Colbert goes in to help out. Picks up the handball and handballs towards the Dimatina direction. It missed his target and went over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. 13 plays 8, 17 minutes gone.
Colbert looking a lot sharper today.
Yes.
Than he has for the last few weeks.
So, bathing sunshine here. A couple of sunbathers on the outer side of the ground as well. Ball thrown in, not going anywhere. As Michael Crooks picks up the glasses.
He's got very good glasses, Andrew.
Thinking the same thing. You actually need a drink stand over there, I reckon, Andrew, on these hot days.
Thrown up, knocked out there by Jorgensen. He got it down to Ferguson. Ferguson's little chip across the ground for Caminart. Might bounce up into his lap. It doesn't. He slipped over on the cricket wick. Taken out of it there. I think it was Gidley. He's going to get another free kick.
It's probably a good free kick because it's held up and allowed everyone. Look at all the numbers coming back for Collegians.
So he goes wide towards Ambrose. It's Murphy Ambrose. Just paddled away from him. Matt Ball's in there. Liked his start. He got the hand pass to Ambrose. Ambrose back to Gidley by hand. He kicks off a step up towards Hanley. Hanley front spot, punched away from him at the fall of the ball. Here's Williams, just goes past him. Kondarovskis went without it. Tardif wanted the boundary line. In fact, he's going to get a free kick, Kondarovskis. And he can relieve at right half back for Collegians.
It's unnecessary tackle then. He needed to go a little bit straighter and harder at the ball, I think.
So sends the ball up towards the wing position. Kennedy has the sit here to fly from the side. Couldn't quite take the mark. Shaw did well, so did Reese to knock it forward. Nick Wynn goes back and mops up for Old Xaverians. Had to be quick, was okay and got it to Prowse.
Esmond Prowse, centre of the ground, told to play on. Got himself in trouble. Nick Wynn, his teammates, got to try and get him out of it. Bumped off the ball by Nick Reese very hard. Wynn's copped a few bumps in the last couple of weeks. He invariably just bounces back up.
That might have hurt him, I think. No, nothing hurts him.
Tough,
I take that back. Nothing hurts him.
He's tough as tungsten, Nick Wynn, and he got up. But on that occasion, Esmond Prowse sold him into trouble. Big punch away. Old Xaverians. Prowse run over the ball. Andrew Scott double teamed there. One of them was Oliver Gidley. And once again, umpire Holmes will come in and ball it up.
Again, a player with the ball just collapsing his legs to try and get the free kick.
Knowing that they've got no hope of getting out of it.
Not trying to get out at all.
Jorgensen wins the takeaway, this time to Andrew Scott.
Tackle.
Wrapped up and got it out to Zimbax. They try and break free. They can. A handball to Bull. He kicked the first goal. Got it back to Sam Troon. Troon went to Daniel Strawn. He missed his target in Sortner. Other danger man Taft at the back. Working hard, Tim Dynan. He ducks around. He balks. He weaves. And now he clears to the grandstand side of the ground, but over the top of Purse. But Purse gets the resultant free.
Troon was the offender. He just flew into Purse's back and wasn't able to get a hand on the football. So Purse at half-back goes short. It's going to be okay to Kennedy. Kennedy passes to Wynn. Oh, he's hot immediately, and he's been done for holding the ball. Turnover, they play on. Reese kicks it inside. High kick up towards the pocket, going back. Purse taking a mark, though. Didn't get enough penetration on the ball. And Purse kicks to the outer side to Dimatina. It's a poor kick. In fact, it's a shocking kick. He's missed his target by 20 metres.
Just a little thing there, Andrew. Young Kennedy gave the handball and was there. He should have kept moving with him and gone in behind and protected him. He should have seen the danger as soon as he gave it off, and he would have been clear and out, and they wouldn't be in the spot they're in now.
So boundary thrown, left forward pocket for Collegians. Zaz with numbers, crashing through Zimbax. He tries to spin out of a couple of tackles, took them on, and the umpire said that's holding the ball. So the free kick will go back for Old Xaverians to Colbert. And they can relieve here. Majority of the ball, you'd say, has been spent in the Collegians half early in the early stages of this game.
50-50.
Yeah. No, 60.
Hand pass back from Hanley, got its way to Ambrose, kicked up towards Goss, punched away from him. Roving the ball beautifully there was Howard, spun out of trouble, hand passed over the top for Goss. G. Tardis played a good first quarter. He gets a clearing kick for Collegians, although on this occasion his kick cleared a little bit too far and went over the fence on the outside centre wing.
Saw the sign welcome and took advantage of it.
Will got the commentator's curse of Andrew Leonard. He gave him a rap and he kicked it out on the full. And no, he didn't. He's been given a second chance for being dumped after the ball. And he'll get the free kick. So he's still got an unblemished record today, Will Tardif.
So he get 2 stats for that?
Yeah, kicks the ball up the line.
Probably.
Comes to ground now. Prowse was wrapped up in a tackle for Old Xaverians. And Old Xaverians still have the ball. One of those is Cam Lee. Cam Lee kicks it quickly up towards Zimbax, who's taken the mark.
It's the other way around.
The two tape ones. And now it's Lee who's got the ball from Zimbax. He kicks it up to the half-forward line. Punched away. Old Xaverians defenders working hard. Harvey got the ball down. Looking for Blumfield. Ball came to ground. Now Nick Corp tried to run onto it. Nick Wing working hard for Zavs. Corp won the contest. Got it to Blumfield. Blumfield kicked on his left foot across the face of goal. In front of the scoreboard, Dynan grabbed the football, went for the boundary line and found it. 35 metres out from Collegians' goal. They lead 2-1 to 1-2 and we're gone 22 and a half minutes.
Enjoyed Saunter's work there. He knew that Carey had got into his back a little bit, but milked it for the free kick as only an experienced player
Corp could have nearly grabbed the ball out of the ruck contest. Came to Colbert for Old Xaverians. He got a handball away. Umpire said it was too high. And Ryan Colbert will take the resultant free kick deep in the back pocket for Zavs.
I think it's about his 3rd free kick of this game so far. He goes across the face to Dimatina, who from the goal square kicks wide to the outer side. It's a good kick too. Finds Rogerson on the outer side. He has time to just have a bounce as no one stood the mark, can come back inboard and does so to Matthew Ball. He hand passes to the running Prowse. Prowse through the middle of the ground, kicks up towards Hanley, getting back, and he's got it. Hanley's got it. Good mark, no, play on to the umpire, no mark paid. Hilton mopped up and gave it to Blumfield. Blumfield chipped for Lee. Lee couldn't complete the mark. Blumfield gets there to get the crumbs, kicks up towards half forward. Here's Colbert again. Hand pass to Purse. Purse hand pass Dimatina. Dimatina goes back and settles for Xaverians, and Wynn can reload from half back. He comes through the middle of the ground, kicks up to the lead of Goss, and Tardif chops it off for Collegians. It's end-to-end stuff at the moment.
So Will Tardif drives the ball down towards the half-forward line. No free kick paid there. Carey had the ball, but he got it smothered away. Working hard, Dynan gets the handball back to Rogerson. Rogerson to Nick Wynn. By handball, they go to Oliver Gidley. Back to Nick Wynn. Now Nick Wynn tried to chip it up, and he had the ball smothered. Tardif got it away. He's been fantastic. Now Collegians will attack right up through Shore Attack. Up to Nick Corp, and Corp's taken the mark. 30 metres out directly in front. One too many turnovers there, old Xaverians.
Well, you know, you've got a... Nick Wynn had been involved, had about 3 involvements in that bit of play and covered a lot of territory. And likewise, coming from the other back line was Tardif, who carried down on the interplay and managed to affect the smother that caused that turnover.
So one of the late inclusions, Nick Corporal kicked 30 metres out directly in front. Crowd will tell the story, and they don't make the noise down there. The Collegians followers at the southern end. 1 minor, they go into an even goal lead. 2-2-14. Zavs are 1-2-8. 24 minutes, 40 seconds gone. First term brought to you by the Sky High.
By the time he finished saying 40 seconds, Crooksy had gone to 44. Kick in comes to Aegis. He kicks up towards the wing position. Kamenar dropped a mark on his chest. He probably should have taken. He's immediately put under pressure by Williams there. Tardif got held without it. Williams went in and got the football. In fact, Tardif's going to go back and get a free kick.
The Zavs have got the ball is just coming too easily out of their back line. They've got to, might have turned it around here.
And it has been turned over. And free kick will go to Williams. He plays on. In fact, he's going to have to come back and bring it back to take his kick over the mark.
Just a practice mark there for Handley.
His hands are working nicely today, Ken.
He should have been paid a mark before.
Yeah. I think there's been a couple of doubtful ones. There we are.
Brian will text.
Williams kicks up towards Purse. He's got it. Everyone flew, and Purse just stayed on the ground and he marked it on his chest.
So what they've done by putting the ruckman down into that forward line is it's freeing up. Holst and Inglis now have, you know, their opponents, which is freeing up. Yeah, it's allowing Ambrose to get around. So they're really having trouble dealing with the size of the Zavs forward line. And as the game goes on, I think you find it'll be more of a factor.
So Purse, 45-degree angle. He's in that right forward pocket. Will kick from about 35 metres. Kicks, ugly-looking kick. He's pushed it across and it hit the post. So one behind, they go to 139. Old Xaverians Collegians 2-2-14. It's a 5-point margin on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard. Thanks to Sky Home, Matt Danny, and we've gone 27 minutes.
And their 3 points have all been set shots from within 30-35. So, you know, we talk about before the game about taking opportunities. They're opportunities you've got to take.
Courtney Hilton, long bombs wide to the outer side, half-back flank. Ball punched away. Jack Bull first to it there. Now it came to Tardif, who went to Strawn. Strawn's now able to break free. Takes a bounce, runs through the centre of Elsternwick Park. Up to Sautner, punched away by Carey. Brad Rogerson tried to do the roving. Couldn't do so. He was beaten to the ball, but the ball went over the line and out of bounds before Kondaroskas could pick it up. And a little bit of argy-bargy, nothing going on there. 15 metres around from the Collegians' goal. Outer side of the ground, the Collegians lead by 5 points.
Said it before the game that they've got to do something about Tardif. It's just, you've got to play a defensive player on him.
He's playing a great game early doors. Sautner gets the tap down as far as Truner. Got it to Andrew Scott. Great smother on that occasion by the Xaverians defenders, but it's come back now to Cameron Lee, and he was smothered off the kick boot there by Dynan. A lot of good smothers, a lot of good pressure, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. 45 metres out from the Collegians' goal. 5 points the margin. 27 and a half gone first turn.
Some nice tight back play.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's the sort of stuff that it really gets into the head of opposition forwards when they know they've got no room.
Thrown in, umpire throw in missed everyone, and it's made its way to centre half forward for Collegians. First there is Troon. He just slipped over at the critical time, fell into the arms of Aegis. Good pressure applied from Troon to get back in the contest. Goss couldn't quite take the mark. Jorgensen's hand pass was a bit too hot there. He couldn't take it. It was Tardif crashing through Xaverians as they try to paddle it forward, and it's not going anywhere, and we'll have a ball up 40 metres out from their goal. They're attacking the Glen Huntley Road end here. 28 minutes gone, siren imminent here in the first term. As Ferguson comes off the ground for Reese. Knocked out by Hanley, tries to double hand it backwards again. Strong tackle laid on Strawn by Colbert, and we'll have another ball up right on the 45 paint.
He's a bit lucky then, Jorgie. You had a handful of Handley's jumper in that last ruck contest.
So thrown up. Can Zavs get another one before the siren? At the fall, the ball comes away for Collegians up towards Corp, punched away from him. Here's a chance for Tiernan. He runs around a couple and kicks up towards Handley, who flew, just couldn't get up though. As it punched away, Ambrose does the front and centre roving. He got caught with the football. Aegis goes in, threw it out there almost for Tiernan as the siren sounds for quarter time of the grand final. Collegians a quarter time lead, 2 goals, 2-14. to Old Xaverians 139. That quarter went 29 minutes. Major goal kickers. It's 1 goal to Gidley for Xaverians and 1 each to Nick Saunter and Lockie Ferguson for Collegians. We'll take a break here at 96.5 and come back and summarise the first quarter of the grand final.
East Malvern Bendigo Bank, giving back to the community and proudly sponsoring Collegians and VAFA football on 96.5 Inner FM.
You're listening to the VAFA Match of the Day on 96.5 Inner FM and streaming at www.innerfm.org.au.
96.5 Inner FM, as we said, Michael Darbell's off the ground and probably for the rest of the game for Old Xaverians. So they're effectively one man down. It's 2-2, 14 Collegians, 1-3-9 Old Xaverians. Andrew Leonard has told us that, if anything, the wind, which is reasonably strong, is pushing to the forward pocket, half-forward flank at the Glen Huntly or Elsternwick Hotel end. Joe and Barnaby?
Have you got an update on the wind?
It's sort of gusting. At some stages it seems like it's picking up for the afternoon and then it sort of dies away. So it is sort of different. I mean, you can see the footy, they can still get good carry on it, but it does drop more quickly when they're kicking into the breeze.
Ken?
I'm just saying the top of the trees are waving furiously over there. I think it might get a bit stronger before the day's out.
But certainly no scoring end. On 96.5 Inner FM football, Andrew Leonard, take it away.
I was just going to say, one other thing I noticed, obviously being out there for the teams lining up for the anthem, Andy Gow was very explicit in his instructions. Look them in the eyes when the anthem's playing. Thrown up in the middle of the ground to get the second quarter underway. This quarter brought to you by Melbourne City Toyota and Bendigo Bank East Malvern. Coming away with the football, hand pass by Shaw, got it back to Ball, who kicked up towards half forward. Going back, Tardif dropped a mark. He probably should have taken uncontested. He mopped up in time to get a short kick to Strawn. He marks on centre wing. So Strawn plays on now because no one stood the mark and kicks up towards the Reese direction. He almost hauled down the mark, couldn't quite do so. Chance for Ferguson, ducking and weaving. Hand pass back there for Lee to hook it to the top of the square. Saunter has it punched away from him at the fall of the ball. Reese couldn't quite take it. Agius got taken a bit high. He certainly ducked into the tackle. No free kick, said the umpire. Will have a ball up. Yes. So thrown up, right forward pocket, knocked out there, not going anywhere. And big tackle laid on. We're just 10 metres out from the Collegians' goal. No score, just in that other grand final, Division 3 grand final, being played over at Trevor Barker Oval today. Yarra Valley and Ivanhoe. Ivanhoe leading 3-3 to Yarra Valley, 2-5 for Sky High and Mount Dandenong. Late stages of that first term. So the ball's worked its way to the boundary line. I think we're going to have it thrown in about a metre around from that behind post. Collegians in attack right forward pocket.
Minute and a half gone of the second term. Collegians lead by 5 points. Wrestling in the ruck between Corp and Purse. Came down to Nick Wynn. Quick kick on his left foot. Andrew Scott's claiming for a deliberately no way known that'll be paid here. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds.
Just the wrong competition. Would have
No
been paid in the other
theatrics.
one.
No, in proper football, Ken, that's not paid. It went over the line and out of bounds. And it's going to be thrown in 70 metres around from the Collegians' goal.
Scrappy start to this quarter, Crooksy.
Yeah, and it's might be that way for a little while, John. They're playing to that outer side. Barclay Dixon wins the tap down, but it came only as far as Colbert. He got the ball up looking for Luke Howard. He couldn't take control of the football. Big pack of players on top of it on the outer wing, waiting for the umpire to come in and ball it up, which he finally does. As John Kennis said, very scrappy start to the second term. Wind gusting and blowing southwesterly direction right to the Glen Huntly Road, Elsternwick Hotel corner end. So umpire Holmes will put the ball in the air. Centre wing position. Dixon gets the punch away. Only as far as Strawn. Came down to Scott and he ran the ball over the line and out of bounds.
I'm finding this screen that we're looking at here very handy when they're right over the other side.
Can
of the
come
ground.
in.
Ken, I hadn't noticed that.
Can come in helpful, Ken, yes.
There we go.
It's been
Boundary
very good.
thrown out of side of the ground. Purse got to the front spot, knocked it forward. Scott got there first, although it was kicked off the ground or out of midair by Gidley. It goes up towards the half forward line. And for Collegians rather, and we'll have a boundary thrown right half forward for Collegians. They lead 14-9, 5 points the margin. 3 minutes gone, second term of the VAFA Premier Section Grand Final. 96.5 Inner FM, knocked out by Purse, down to Condoroskas.
has time to step around Ambrose, then send the ball inside up towards the Saunter direction. Carey through his hands, the mark was dropped. Corp gets there first, hand pass backwards towards Scott. Scott flying shot on the left foot, kicks a goal. He likes it off the boot. The goal umpire likes it. It's a goal to Andrew Scott. Collegians go to 3-2-20. They lead by 11 points over Old Xaverians 139.
Well, it was a good goal from Scott. He just had a split second to maximise that opportunity and nailed it, which is what you've got to do in these games. But really a goal born out of Collegians really outdoing Zavs at the stoppages. And, you know, as we've said, it's been a scrappy start. They worked it round in towards their forward line.
The one thing, John, though, they actually got it to the open side of the ground where the wind's sort of behind you, didn't they, when he got the kick?
A good scrappy goal.
Purse wins the takeaway on to Agius. He had the ball taken away from him, and now Collegians got the quick kick away. But they didn't get it far enough, and the mark's been taken back there by Kennedy for Old Xaverians at centre-half back. So Ben Kennedy kicks the ball out, looking for Dimatina, and the veteran's taken the mark. Now he gets the handball away to Oliver Gidley, who's kicked the only goal for Old Xaverians today. He chips it up in front of Hanley. He relies on the bounce, probably should have grabbed it, didn't. Tardif got the handball to Hilton. He went to Zimbak's, handball to Strawn. Collegians are away, and they're open. They're way open. The mark's taken by Reese. Reese gets the handball away and smothered Jack Bull. Great smother by Tom Carey, and now Old Xaverians can clear.
Carey kick, and he's coughed it up and turned it over to Kondarovskis. He plays on. There's still an open forward line up towards Ferguson, but Kennedy comes in and takes a good mark for Xaverians.
And they're off now,
and he can come wide now to Agius, who's got some space on this near side.
Gidley.
He sends it forward up towards Gidley, who's on his own on centre wing and takes the mark. Feigns a hand pass there to Prowse, elects to go back and take his kick. He stands on the logo of the VAFA, kicks up towards the Ambrose direction. Had his arms chopped, in goes Harvey, couldn't quite get possession. Tardif won it, got the hand pass out there to Lee, who kicked it up towards the wing position. Gidley goes in hard, paddles the ball to his advantage. Kennedy, Cork goes in, dived on the football. Kennedy tries to wrap him up, it's not going anywhere. We'll have a ball up right in front of us.
Golden opportunity missed there by Collegians, you would think.
Well, yeah, and Zav's at the other end. They could have squared it up to win in the middle on his own. So
knocked out. Here goes Zimbaks. He couldn't quite get it. Harvey took possession of the football. He's tackled by Prowse, not going anywhere. Umpire quick to call a ball up.
Nice to have a bit of action on this side of the ground, gents.
It certainly is.
Don't need the screen now.
Just a push out there by Purse, pushed Ferguson. And I think he was arguing that he was shepherding the fall of the ball, but you can't just push him straight in the middle of the back, and so Ferguson is going to get the free kick.
I think he was probably right then.
Purse was, yeah. Ferguson kicks up towards half forward, towards Reese. He gets crunched in the pack at the fall of the ball. Kennedy. Look at the second effort there from Reese to get up and tackle him. Not going anywhere, and pack forms will have a ball up left half forward for Collegians.
Just little things there. I mean, Kennedy has, he's new to the team this year and hasn't played a lot, but there were three Zavs guys in the middle. He did the right thing and turned to the boundary, but they were really on in the middle, and they've got to take those attacks.
Jorgensen won it away to Blumfield, and Blumfield kicked up towards Saunton in front of pack. He tried to get a free kick. Umpire didn't see it. Carey pushed him over, and the ball went over the line and out of bounds in front of the Collegians faithful. And one of the great things about amateur football, they move from goal to goal each quarter.
Give him a 6 for the dive.
And now Collegians kicking to the Glen Huntley Road end. Harvey tried to get it away. Blumfield nearly got tripped. Ball came to ground. Pack of players were 25 metres out from the Collegians goal. And once again, another stoppage. There's been plenty of them in the first 35 minutes. So we're 25 metres out from the Collegians goal. They lead 20-9. We've gone 7 minutes. And the ball comes down now towards Shora Taft. Left foot, Shora Taft. Across the body, kicks the 4th goal of the afternoon for Collegians. And the mercurial Shora Taft, famous for goals, and he's very good in finals, John Canis.
Well, he is, and doesn't get a lot of possessions, but those that he does get usually end up in influencing the scoreboard. I was just contemplating then, again, we're seeing a situation where Zavs are really having trouble scoring, as they have done for all but the last quarter of last week.
Yep.
I mean, they're playing okay. They're just breaking down across that forward line.
So Lee comes on for Ferguson, knocked out by Jorgensen, who's gone into the middle. Williams comes away with it for Old Xaverians. At the fall of the ball, chance for Ambrose. He got hurried out of it. Kondarovskis picked up the football, delivered to space of Bull, who can run onto it. Bull's got win on his hammer. He steps past him though, sends it goalwards and just hits the behind post out of bounds on the full. free kick to be taken in the left back pocket for Old Xaverians.
Just
Tom
notice-
Carey to take that kick.
I think just Collegians are just starting to feel like they've got the ascendancy now. They're playing with a bit of strut, bit of confidence.
Carey kicks high and long up towards the left half back flank. Not able to be marked by Purse. Here goes Strawn. He wheels around as he received the hand pass and kicks it up towards the full forward line. What a great mark. Not paid at the top of the square for Old Zavs there. Wynn dives in on the football. He gets impaled into the ground by a couple of Collegians players. And just a bit of push and shove going on in that forward pocket.
Ken, you've been watching football for a while. You've really got to mark it today.
That was a very ordinary decision, that one.
Bearing kick comes away from Dimatina for Old Xaverians. They're at half back. Hanley forced to come up towards the half back flank to try and get a kick. Kick off the ground. Kick away by Ambrose. Up towards Tiernan, and he's beaten 3 of them. Magnificent play by Tiernan. Hand pass to Ambrose. Hand pass over the top to Hanley. Hand pass back to Tiernan. Tiernan kicks inside up towards Shaw, and he's got it. Magnificent play by Tiernan. Shaw plays on immediately, wheels around to the top of the square. Prowse was on his own. He has to fly here against 3 of them. Jorgensen couldn't quite bring down the mark. And at the fall of the ball, another pack forms will have a ball up 20 metres out from Xaverian's goal.
Probably stiff not to get paid that mark then, Jorgensen. But look, just an example of why Collegians are such a good side. I mean, the way that three players pushed back on a tin and then was outstanding.
Shaw won the takeaway only as far as Andrew Scott. He's been good up towards Sam Troon. He tries to break through too. He had an opportunity. Umpire said no, play on. Ben Kennedy got it to Nick Dimatina for Old Xaverians, and they found Pat Ambrose. Now he's 50 metres out. Everyone tells me he's probably kicking into some sort of a breeze here. He'll have to aim well outside the right post. He's gone back fairly confident. He'll need his best kick. Patrick Ambrose. The Xaverians have only kicked the 1 in the first 38 minutes of the grand final. He started it right. It starts to come back. He got the carry pretty well, actually, and only 1 minor score. 4-2-26 Collegians, 1-4-10 Old Xaverians, 10 minutes gone second quarter.
Kick goes to the outer side and Kondarovskis marks. In front of the Winning Edge presentations, of course, and they're in partnership with
The wind has
for
certainly
the player of
swung
the
around
finals.
to the south, boys.
Kick goes to up towards Corp. He marked it, got it to Scott, got it to the running Strawn. Strawn kicks long up towards the full forward line. Well done by Dynan. Got it to Prowse by hand, and Zavs are away off half back. Kicks to the middle of the ground, and Ambrose marks. Hand passes back to the running Dynan, who kept going. He delivers okay for Shaw, who's playing up at centre half forward. Dynan kept going. Could have given it to him if he wanted to. Elects not to. No one on the mark, so Shaw plays on and kicks up towards full forward. Big fly from Hanley, punched away from him. Lynch at the fall of the ball. Time to wheel around Lynch. Snaps towards goal. Won't make the distance. Blumfield gets back on the last line of defence and he takes a mark.
So Blumfield doing a goalkeeping role, the ex-captain of Collegians. Now goes to the defensive side of the ground, the outer side, and he kicks up there. Looking for Lee, who tried to take, no, Kondarovskis, who tried to take the mark. He couldn't do so, and the ball went over the line and out of bounds. Second term brought to you by the Bendigo Bank of East Melbourne. And on the Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard, Collegians 4-2-26, lead Old Zavs 1-4-10. Andrew Scott, third man up in the ruck contest. Zavs got the takeaway up to the half-forward line, punched away by Holst against Hanley. Came to ground. Old Zavs still have it through Ambrose, who kicks the ball across his body. And the good mark's been taken up there. And a free kick against Lynch for a push out. I don't know about that one. Anyway, Stuart Inglis has got the handball away to Charlie Holst, and the old firm working well there for Collegians. He misses Inglis. Lynch is furious. He tries to take the ball. Came back to Jake Williams. He ducks 1. He ducks 2. Jake Williams goes goalward and puts Xaverians second on the board. They made hard work of it, but they got it. And more importantly, scoreboard pressure. John Canis, they're right in it.
Well, they did make hard work of it, but they did hard work to make hard work of it. In that Lynch was outstanding with his second effort at the ball. He looked strong at the ball, caused a bit of a spill, and then Williams' intestinal fortitude to get it and break through. He got tackled a couple of times, stood up in the tackle, got clear and nailed it into the adoring fans on the hill in red and black, of which
I think both of those players were a bit annoyed with what happened in that piece of play. They showed a real bit of gumption there.
Dominant in the rush.
Shaw got the knock down to Aegis, who streams forward again for Old Xaverians. Up to Hanley. Beautiful take on the bounce as he slipped over. Got it to Gilly. Hanley went back in again and got it wrapped up in a tackle by Kamenar. Not going anywhere. Tardif's caught by Goss. Ball's not coming free. We'll have a ball up 45 metres out from Xaverians' goal.
Just a little more ferocity from the Zabs in this last 60 seconds.
Yeah. Thrown up in the forward line. Jorgensen got that knocked out of Scott G. He's rode the pack brilliantly. His hand pass from Aaron got to Prowse.
No.
Look at that comeback. Lynch almost marks on the line. Is it still in play? It might be. No, it's gone through from behind.
It was a great shot.
That was out in the full off the boot.
How much wind is there up there when you kick it that high?
Prowse gets a minor score. Zabs go to 2-5-17. Collegians 4-2-26 on the Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard.
Courtney Hilton this time going to the side that's not the defensive side, and it comes out to Chris Blumfield. So they're playing their card. Can they get it? Down to Daniel Strawn. Over to Scott. It's worked so far. They've carried it beautifully to centre wing. Up to Nick Reese in front. Corp or Sortner at the bottom. Sortner a quick picked it. Corp now is run down in a tackle. Xaverians working hard at the back. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. Ken, you weren't happy.
Yeah, what's going on there, Ken?
Well, I mean, if he wasn't tackled high then, I don't know what it was. He just jumped on his head.
So you think Corp should have got a free kick? Yes.
No, the Xavier player.
Oh, the Xavier player. Okay. Restart again. Josh Aegis takes the football. He's going to be corralled onto his right foot, and he gets it away. Fortuitously, he finds Pat Ambrose at half-back for Xavier.
So Ambrose can take his kick. He goes back and kicks long up towards right half forward, and Goss couldn't quite take the mark. Prowse is at the fall of the ball. He's happy to go over for a boundary throw-in. And we'll have a boundary thrown on centre wing. And as the rough and tumble continues just on the fence line there.
Again, you just look at the outstanding running of the Collegians guys. That contest had turned into a 5v3 again. And that is the key to their game, that they push back hard and outnumber in the back line and then get it out because of extra numbers.
It's a massive throw-in. Goes almost to the centre square. Prowse had his head over the football. Blumfield wraps him up. And the ball is not going anywhere. Just notice Barnaby that Darvell's up on his feet. He's got ice. Oh, no, it's ice on the hamstring. I thought he might have been up maybe to see if he can take any further part, but it doesn't look like it when there's that much ice on his leg.
Gone. Guys.
Yep. Okay, so Shaw knocked it down. Gidley couldn't quite take it. Harvey got a hand pass backwards for Scott. Scott kicked around the corner. Underground kicked it, bounced and tumbled its way up towards half forward.
Okay, I've got an omen for you. The last player to do his hamstring in the opening minutes of the Premier Division Grand Final was...
A University Blues player?
No. Big Stuart Lowe of Haileybury, and they went on to win the flag that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
2006.
Well done, Scatters.
Hand pass out to Strawn, got it up to Scott, who got it to Reese. Look at the pickup from Reese. Look at the goal from Reese.
Fantastic goal.
Fantastic goal from Reese. He gets his first of the day. Collegians get their fifth. They go to 5-2-32. Margin back out to 15 points over Old Zabs, 2-5-17 on the Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard.
Yeah, well,
wonderful bit of play from Reese then.
Yeah, I mean, he made the difficult look easy. Everyone else has had snaps over their shoulders, and it was just a perfect snap. Picked it up cleanly, had a second, bent it right, and great goal. And a steadying goal, because Zab's had a little bit of momentum in the play.
They have been just putting their toe in the water, Old Xaverians, in the last few minutes or so. They're back in the ball game. Both had 7 shots apiece, but the margin 15 points. Collegians lead as the ball taken out by Strawn. Only went there as far as Old Xaverians, and it's ended up now with Esmond Prowse from Aegis. Esmond Prowse goes up to the half-forward line. In front there was Collegians player, but it came down towards Tiernan for Old Xaverians. He can't control it. Will Tardif can. He had it smothered by Tiernan. Came down towards Brendan Goss. He can't take control of the ball now. Big pack of players fall on top of it, including Kamenar for Collegians, and will get a ball up.
Well, a great contest then, Cooksey. I mean, Tardif did well to get into the contest, then had the contest, had the ball to himself, and then Goss came in and effected a good spoil, so a stoppage.
30 metres around from the Old Xaverians goal. They need another one just to keep in touch at the moment. And we've had lots of stoppages today, and umpire Heffernan will come in and ball it up again. 17.5 minutes gone in the second term. Collegians 5-2, lead Old Xaverians 2-5 as the ball goes up into the air. Barclay Dixon wins a big thump away, only as far as Tiernan. Now he kicks a left foot kick right up to the top of the goal square. Hanley has it punched away by Charlie Holst. Can Xaverians have numbers at the back? They can't, and the ball goes wide and over the line and out on the full, and the resultant free kick will go the way of the Old Xaverian skipper in Matthew Ball.
And he won't be having a shot.
He won't, because he's 2 kicks out for Matthew Ball. He's 50 metres out, but he's kicking into the teeth of the breeze. He chips it across to Oliver Gidley. He's still on the wrong side of the ground to score from here, out of side.
Having quite a good game, Gidley.
He is, in front of the Dartfish sign. Gidley chips it in short, and he finds Tiernan, who's taken the mark, but he's still 45 metres out. So they've had 3 kicks and gained 5 metres. And now they've gone backwards again to Gidley. They're building up their Supercoach points, but that's about all. It's 15 points the difference, 18 minutes gone. Gidley, he's pedaling backwards himself, and he chips in short to Matthew Ball, who had the ball right there 2 minutes ago. Nothing's happened. Andrew, take it away.
Well, where are you going to kick it? I mean, just be patient. Wait till something opens up.
So Ball delivers up to Hanley, and he's got him in the hands. Good mark.
I mean, don't feel the pressure of that situation. There's all but 2 Collegians players in that area. Everyone else, 16 players there. Don't feel the pressure of it. Whip it around outside and wait till someone sets up a bit of a screen and someone can lead out and you can get a pass in. But
that's why you're the coach. We're not patient. We just want it going in.
Yeah, if you rip it in there, it's
they
just
take it away.
Off they go, and they've got stacks of numbers there, and bang, it'll be down the other end, and old Sortner will be striding around and getting a goal before you know it.
Lewis Jetta will get it, and it'll be game over, right?
Something like that, you demented Collingwood supporter.
Hanley from 45 metres. What a magnificent kick to the top of the square. Big fly. No mark taken. Simmons is happy to concede it from behind.
And there you go. For all my planning and patience, it was still a point, so you might as well banged it in the first.
2-6-18. 14 points of margin. Collegians 5-2-32.
Stuart Inglis has taken the mark in front of the scoreboard. Collegians holding on at the moment, but Zav's right in the ball game. He'll kick up looking for Corp. Dimartina at the back, punched it away, came to Cameron Purse. Ruckman doing the roving. Now Nick Wynn gets a quick handball to Colbert, who went to Howard by hand. A quick handball away to Dimartina, went to Patrick Ambrose. Can they break free? Tom Carey, he's now got the run of the ball. He's taken one bounce. He's got a second bounce. Nick Sorton is 100 metres off him. Carey kicks it up to Hanley. Can Chopper take the mark or do his roving? He does his roving. He fends off one. He fends off Kaminari, dropped the ball. Umpire said advantage Collegians, and Tardif runs away.
And
now he's got to get back, Carey.
And Reese has got the mark. Oh, he went to play on but tripped over. Play on, he was definitely off, so had to hand pass it out. Ambrose just took out a player. Going back and getting it was Reese. He tried to take on the man, couldn't get past him. Hand pass back for Strawn.
Big ball.
His kick was pulled a little bit as he got it. Taft tried to claim possession, couldn't do it. Another pack forms at right half forward in front of a large crowd on the hill there.
Look at that, Kamino down there on his own. It's a big play here.
Kondorovskis.
Kondorovskis, I meant to say, yeah.
Yep, so...
Still on his own.
Still by himself. Corp up against Purse. Roving the football was Ball. Scott gathers possession now, though. Sends it up towards Sortner. Couldn't bring down the mark. Nice punch away by Carey. Colbert mops up. Hand pass away to Murphy Ambrose. Running off half back. Steps around a man. Gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy's got time and space to deliver up towards the wing. Puts it out in front of Goss. He's pushed under it by Simmons. Collegians with numbers. Going back and mopping up there is Kaminar. His kick around the corner is a shocker. And it goes down the throat of Kennedy. And Zaz can reload at half back.
Ben Kennedy has been pretty impressive at cross half back today for Old Xaverians. Has taken the mark and slowing up play. Now he's called the play on. And doing a great job in smothering it was the veteran in Blumfield. Ball comes to ground. Jack Bull in now for Collegians. Handball to Harvey. Got it to Kondorovskis. Kondorovskis kicks it deep up into the forward line, and the ball hits the padding of the behind post. And the free kick will go back there. A penalty free kick to Tom Carey for Old Xaverians.
Once again, you see the way their little players just converged on that loose contest and created numbers and made it impossible for the Zavs guys to get out.
They certainly did. They're working hard, Collegians 5-2. Lead Zavs 2-6, 22 gone.
So the kick from Carey comes towards... half back, and Dynan is happy to see it over. Well, Gidley and Dynan were there together to see it over the boundary line. As Dynan runs back to the pocket now to go and man up Taft. Pearson, Jorgensen, 0-all draw though. Jorgensen read it best as the boundary throw and eluded everyone. Hand pass to Bull. Bull delivers and Taft marks on his chest. Directly in front, 20 metres out. So the boundary umpires, I reckon they're throwing it in a long way.
This way they are, Andrew. The other way they'll land on their own head.
And that is a lesson on what happens in the forward line when you play in front.
So Taft from directly in front. Chance to kick his second.
Certainty.
From 25 metres, runs close to the man on the mark, makes no mistake. He's got 2. Collegians have got 6, and they extend their margin out. They go to 6-2-38. It's now a 20-point margin over Old Xaverians, 2-6-18.
It's going along very nicely, Collegians. This is a very handy lead, but I like the way they're playing.
Yeah, look, I think Zavs are playing okay themselves, but they're just not able to really. Hanley's almost taking marks, but not quite. And if you're not getting marks, with the way that the smaller Collegians blokes get back and surround it and outnumber, you're gone and they take it away.
They're making the most of their opportunities. Collegians have kicked straight. That's why they're 20 points in front, and it's helped when Ryan Colbert handballed to Sam Troon for Collegians, and he drove the ball up towards the half-forward line. There's Xavier, look a bit rabbled down the back of the pack here. Nick Wynn runs onto the football, tackled by Tapp. Wynn went for the boundary line, and the umpire said throw it in. He just virtually, that was his only option, was the boundary line, and he took it. And we'll get a resultant ball in. 30 metres around from the Collegians goal. They lead 38-18. Ruck takeaway on this occasion. No one can take it. Bottom of the pack, Zavs have numbers. They're sitting on top of it. Wynn's got the football. He's wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire's got no choice but to ball it up again. There's a huge pack of players. And John, the Collegians forwards really putting on a lot of pressure.
Oh, they are, yes. And Thornton in amongst the thick of it.
Shaw Purse tried to take it away. Is there a free kick? There is a free kick for a high tackle, and this time it'll go the way of Ben Kennedy for Zavs.
Putting a good quarter together is Kennedy, and goes short to Colbert.
Yeah, bit of a worry with the disposals.
A little bit of worry, isn't he? I mean, he's a nice kick, but he's just...
Colbert goes back to Kennedy, so we'll test out his disposal here again.
Well, it's more his thought process and the options that he takes. He's just not confident with it.
So, thought process there is just to go long down the line up towards Purse. He had front spot, it was knocked away from him, couldn't quite take it. I think that's ball at the bottom of that, and it is. He'll give it to the umpire, and we'll have a ball up left half forward. Let's just go downstairs to Barnaby.
Oh, boys, the wind has really picked up in this second quarter. There's no doubt that Collegians have made the most of their opportunities, but the wind's a lot stronger in this second term than it was in the first.
Knocked out by Purse, only as far as Zimbak. Strong tackle laid on him by Murphy Ambrose. It goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. We'll have a throw in this near side.
Andrew, you're surprised that Nick Rees won the toss, but he'd obviously done the Bureau of Meteorology website and worked out that the westerly would turn southerly.
Brooksy, that's enough of that rubbish.
So again, a massive throw in over the top. Purse read it best. He went and roved his own ruck work, and he's going to get a free kick for being claimed a little bit too high. So Purse will get a free kick to relieve for Xaverians at halfback. Look at Carey go again. Saunter's going with him so far. Purse comes this near side. It's a poor kick. He's going to make Kennedy work, and Blumfield sits under it and takes the mark.
Really need to get a goal here before half time, Zaz. It's running out.
Or not let Collegians get one. Fade nearly 26 minutes of the second quarter. The second quarter, which sees Collegians have won at 4-1. Blumfield kicks up now. Carey in front. Tries to punch the ball away. Working hard there was Lockie Ferguson for Collegians. Once again, there's a huge pack of players. Untold stoppages, especially in this term. And once again, we'll get a ball up. 26 minutes gone in the second term. Collegians lead 6-2 to Old Xaverians 2-6. Second term brought to you by the Bendigo Bank of East Melbourne. Now it comes to ground. Ryan Colbert will be first for the ball. He was dispossessed. Sam Troon been okay. The free kick's going to be paid. Ken Petrucco's called it to Ryan Colbert, and so's the umpire. But Colbert's now going to go backwards to Rogerson. Rogerson takes the mark deep in the back line. He goes out wide to Tim Dynan. Defensive 45-metre arc. Dynan on the left foot up to Tiernan. At centre wing, he can break free. Take one bounce. He's run down beautifully by Nick Rees in a tackle. Umpire said he'd dispossessed the ball correctly, and now we'll get a ball up on centre wing position. Or umpire still said play on. Zavs have got it through Howard, and Howard goes long up to the half-forward line. It goes over now, and Courtney Hilton has the ball now for Collegians, and Hilton gets a handball away. This time Ambrose punches it to ground. Zavs still working hard. There's a Shepherd on. No still real clear possession, and the umpire will come in and finally ball it up. They got it forward, but they took their time.
The player that was run down had no awareness. The bloke was right on him.
That was Nick Rees.
Thrown out of side of the ground. Sure, got the Ken's gone quiet with that.
Apparently a slow league football. Nick Rees. But look, again, Zavs are getting snuffed out in their forward line by the great hard running of the Collegian smaller players. At every single time they're outnumbered. If they don't take the mark, they're outnumbered for the contest.
Free kick's been plucked out here for Howard, and he can send it up towards the full forward line. Hanley has front spot. He got it.
That's a mark.
Hanley clunked that one, and he can go back and line up from pretty much directly in front, about 35 metres out.
we've been
Kicked
having
2 behinds today, Matt Hanley.
been having great difficulty from these set shots. I think that most of them have been set shots. The 6 behinds they got on the board.
Except for one, the rushed one from Prowse.
One rushed one.
Yeah, one.
So 5 out of the 6 behinds.
They need this.
So Hanley, they certainly do need this. As it ticks over 28 minutes,
right.
he puts it through the middle for a goal. He's got one today. Xaverians get their third. 3-6-24. Margin back to 14 points. Collegians 6-2-38.
And Ken, from a football purist point of view, Matt Hanley went back and took the wind out of the equation then. He just went back and went bang and smacked it through, and it went through half post high, hard and flat.
He booted it hard and low, didn't he? Just that was
Wynn's
very
not
impressive.
Yeah, Wynn's not going to do anything with that sort of thing. So great mark. He read it well. The ball was tumbling out of the air. He had front spot, held the mark, and a great goal from their key forward.
Hanley holding Old Xaverians in. We know if they're close in the last quarter, they'll be dangerous. They're 14 points down, 29 minutes gone in the second quarter. And that was the goal they needed.
Push one back too. That's got Wynn loose. I don't know how that's happened, but
I think that's happened most of the day, that both teams have had,
well,
Zavs especially, have had an extra in the back line. So umpire Luke Holmes puts the ball into the air, deep into the second quarter. Ruck take away by Shaw, only as far there as Blumfield. He couldn't get control of the football. Aegis worked hard, coming through against Shaw. Wrapped up in a tackle, Collegians get the quick kick away. Now it's an open forward line. Bull against Dimatina. Dimatina's got support in Nick Wynn and the boundary line, and the boundary line wins and goes over the line and out of bounds.
I think what actually happens there, Cooksey, is that a forward player decides to go up to the stoppage and create an extra number, and the Zavs backline player in Wynn decides, yeah, well, I'm not going to make any influence on that contest. I'll stay back and be loose here, and they can have one extra in amongst 20 players.
Jorgensen won the tape away to Ferguson, and Ferguson got the quick handball away. Can Collegians take control of the ball? Dangerously, they've kicked across the face, but Aegis clears for Collegians.
And he gets it to Murphy as the siren sounds. Good mark by Murphy, incidentally, right on that siren. That quarter going 30 minutes. At half-time in the grand
final. Dropped the ball on his head, then.
Was Blumfield appealing for that?
No way.
At half-time in the grand final, I reckon Murphy had a lot more of it, that mark. Half-time in the grand final, Premier Grand Final, Collegians lead 6-2, 38 to Old Xaverians, 3-6-24. It's a 14-point margin at half-time. The goal kickers, before we go to a break, Shura Taft is the only multiple goal kicker on the ground. He's got 2. Singles to Nick Reese, Andrew Scott, Nick Sauntner and Lockie Ferguson. For Old Zavs, Matt Hanley, Jake Williams and Oliver Gidley, who kicked their first of the day, are their goal kickers. 14-point margin here at halftime in the Premier Section Grand Final. It is Collegians who lead at halftime.
You're listening to the VAFA Match of the Day on 96.5 Inner FM and streaming at www.innerfm.org.au.
96.5 Inner FM, Collegians lead by 14 points. Here's Andrew Leonard.
Knocked out by Shaw, didn't go very far though. Kicked off the ground by Matthew Ball up towards half forward. Leading in the race for it is Murphy Ambrose. Gets there first in front of Hilton. Hand passes back inside to the running Nick Wynn, who picks it up nicely on the half volley. He kicks up towards half forward. Goss got pushed under it by Simmons. No free kick. Went over their heads. Will have a boundary throw in. And it is out of bounds. Right forward pocket, Zavs in attack. They trail by 14 points. This quarter brought to you by Westgarth Fish and Chips and Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard, which reads 6-2-38 Collegians to Xaverians 3-6-24. Half-time in the Division 3 Grand Final. Ivanhoe was 6-4 to Yarra Valley 4-8. That an updated score. Yarra Valley have kicked the first 2 and they're now in front. Kick comes flying out of the pack there from Zavs. And it's gone through for a behind. I think it was Pan Ambrose who had that flying shot for goal. They get the first score of the third term. They go to 3-7-25. Collegians 6-2-38.
Is everyone sticking to their pre-game tips?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
I think
Ken's told us we're not allowed to jump off.
The 55-point man might be
well,
we'll
we'll just wait and see. Hilton got it to Strawn.
I don't remember the margin I said. What did I say?
And Strawn now for Collegians, kicks to the grandstand side of the ground. Blumfield contesting against Desmond Prowse, charging through Charlie Simmons.
I think I'm the one under the most pressure because I sort of said Zavs will win, and if it's close, Zavs will win. Otherwise, Collegians will smash them if it's not close.
Well, at the moment, you're not getting either right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I stand the most to lose here.
Barclay Dixon wins the ruck tap out, went only as far as Matthew Ball, who's wrapped up in a tackle.
I said Collegians by 12 and it's 13 at the moment.
Yes, so you're looking swimmingly.
Good on you, mate. Well, but in our defence, Ken, We weren't counting on Mr. Darville paying 3 minutes only.
No, that's true. It could be a bad loss. Esmond Prowse comes down to Courtney Hilton. He gets a handball away to, only went as far as Ambrose, who got to Shaw, who got the handball to Colbert, who went up to Brendan Goss. And Goss has taken the mark in front of Simmons, deep in the forward pocket.
He's been threatening a couple of times, Brendan Goss, to to do those things
hard,
that he can do. He's been trying very hard.
Now,
Lift them immensely if he can dob this goal.
He'll kick with the wind directly behind him.
Very difficult shot.
It's a difficult shot because it won't actually bring it back from the goal, so he runs out and
got
hooks
it.
it, and hooks it beautifully. Brendan Goss shows them what to do. He kicks a magnificent goal. Can that kickstart Old Xaverians? They go into 4-7-31, 7 points down on Collegians, 6-2-38, and that's on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard.
There you go. That is taking your opportunity, Ken.
Absolutely. And it's, well, it was about time the tide turned a bit because they'd had a number of set shots that hadn't gone through the big sticks. Well done to Brendan Goss.
So, thrown up in the middle of the ground of Sportscover Arena. Big knockout from Dixon, up towards Bull. He might run onto it now, paddles it in front of him, can't gain possession. On hands and knees, hand pass comes out to Bull. Ball got a kick half smothered. Scott picked it up and kicked it in towards the attacking 45, but Lynch on his own, unmanned, takes a mark and clears for Old Xaverians to the outer side to Murphy Ambrose, who marks diving on his chest. Outer side of the ground, he goes short inboard, he's coughed it up. And Reese has fallen in and taken the mark.
Poor kick.
And he's called a play on now, Reese. Hand pass over the top there for Strawn. He couldn't quite gain possession. Ball went in for it. Pack forms. Tiernan's at the bottom of it. He's wrapped up there by Reese, and it's not going anywhere. We'll have a ball up.
About the first ineffective piece of play we've seen Reese do all season, I think.
Yes.
So just on the point of the square, left half forward for Collegians. Dixon over the top, won it. Kondaroskas, look at him attack the football, then send it inside 45 up to the flying Collegians targets. No one could take the mark.
Well
he
done.
followed up. Kondaroskas tried to run around. He got caught at the last minute. There's going to be a goal though, and Corp is going to run in and kick it for Collegians.
Quick answer.
7-2-44. They move on to margin back out to 13 points. Old Xaverians 4-7-31 on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard.
Great play from Conda there. He set it up beautifully.
Two outstanding efforts at the ball, and just desire and working hard, and Corp reaped the benefits of his good work, and a steadier because there was a certain amount of momentum about that Goss goal when it was kicked, and that's the best way to answer it.
In the middle, Barclay Dixon up against Shaw. Shaw won it down to Colbert. He got the quick handball to Matthew Ball. He's got to go backwards to Win. Under pressure on the left foot. Win kicks up to centre half forward. Patrick Ambrose flew across the side of the pack. Came down to Esmond Prowse. Got the handball back to Patrick Ambrose. Touched off the boot. Came to Holst. Holst a quick kick away. Didn't really get it out of the defensive zone. Wrapped up in a tackle, ended up with Old Xaverians. Now Collegians have got it. And one of them's Kondaroskas, who's got a bit of the ball in the last couple of minutes. Wobbly kick to the outer side of the ground of the goal kicker in Corp. He kicked the last goal. Nick Corp runs away. Up to half forward. Collegians didn't keep their feet. Damien Lynch did. Got a handball to Dimartina. Dimartina went backwards now. Xaverians will clear to Ryan Colbert. Ryan Colbert's taken the mark. Outer half back flank. Colbert goes out wide to Murphy Ambrose, who's got the ball. On centre wing, he's wrapped up. Murphy Ambrose finally gets the handball to Colbert. Had to pick it up off his bootlaces. Tried to do too much, as Ken Petrucco called, and Collegians got the ball through Hilton.
There's maybe just a case there with young Murphy Ambrose only having his second game in the second game in the first, that he's just feeling his way through it.
Some nice composure from Zebs in that little bit of play, apart from Murphy's blunder there at the end.
Yeah, important when you've got 100% ball like that behind a mark or a free kick, you use it effectively.
So 44 plays 31 from the takeaway. I think it was Ball who got the kick up towards half forward, chopped off by Hilton. Holst gets the hand pass, he gets it back to Hilton. Hilton runs away and kicks to the outer side. It's okay for Bull, and Bull marks on his chest. Centre wing outer side of the ground. He kicks down the line. It's a good kick. Chance now to send it forward for Collegians, up towards Sautner, diving, and he's got it. Hasn't had many opportunities, Sautner. The delivery's been pretty poor and haphazard to him at times. Above his head and easy for the defenders to punch away. That one was in front of him and he was able to fall in and take a chest mark.
For a big man, it was a great mark. The ball was tumbling fast towards the ground and he dived, got under it and then rolled and kept control of it. And it's a very kickable shot for him.
And it was a good build-up then, John, from 3 or 4 players involved.
So Sautner, 45-degree angle from 40 metres out. Kick on its way. He's tugged it to the left. One behind. 7-3-45 Collegians. Old Xaverians 4-7-31. It's a 14-point margin. 7 minutes gone. Third term Westgarth Fish and Chips.
So Dynam went in looking for ball, but Strawn came in and chipped inside him and took the mark. 45 metres out from goal. Daniel Strawn, son of Richmond player Greg Strawn, comes in. Kicks it right up towards the top of the goal square. Collegians have numbers. Nick Reese!
Oh, what a save.
And I think the goalkeeper saved the ball, and the goalkeeper on that occasion was Damien Lynch, who saw it over for 1 point.
Oh.
So
Kick
kick
here.
in again,
Look at that
dangerous
numbering.
kick. Williams has to beat Hilton. He couldn't do so. Knocked down to Blumfield. Hand pass back to Jorgensen. They're going to come inside again. Jorgensen's kick was up towards centre-half forward. Strawn claimed possession. Immediately tackled there by Prowse. Shaw got the hand pass out to Howard. Hand pass out to Dynan. Dynan took on Blumfield, got around him, then spilled a hand pass out there for Prowse. Went past him. Hilton picked it up and kicked it up towards half forward, and Reese couldn't quite bring it down by Colbert. Hand pass comes out to Wynn. Wynn gets it in the middle of the ground to Gidley. Gidley back to Wynn. Wynn to the edge of the square, sends it long, and it's going and going for a goal. Magnificent goal by Nick Wynn. And Zavs get their fifth. They go to 5-7-37. Margin back to 9 points now. Collegians 7-4-46.
Great play from Wynn that time, but the goal looked a long way from home there to me, I think.
Well, look, it did, but it was good to see someone actually like in centre field, backing themselves and having a ping at the goal rather than trying to kick it to someone and allowing Collegians to outnumber. But in that case, because of the turnover in the middle of the ground, they were wide open, Collegians, and a good goal because they took risks in the middle of the ground with the ball and they came off.
Half-back flanker or centre-half-back kicking a goal. Old Xaverians getting a bit of spark. Daniel Strawn out of the centre for Collegians. Kicks it to the half-forward line. Wynn leads out Nick Corp. He's got the football again, Nick Wynn. Had some great fun at Elsternwick Park in September. Gets it to Ryan Colbert. Ryan Colbert goes down looking for Goss. He's in front, wrapped up by Simmons for Collegians, and we'll get a ball up 45 metres out from the Zavs goal.
I think Nick Wynn's have some of that juice that he had at three-quarter time last week at half-time this week.
In the ruck contest, comes down towards Tardif there for Collegians. He can't take control of the football. Wrapped up in a tackle there was Prowse, and he's wrapped up by Harvey, and once again we'll get a ball up. 40 metres out from Xaverian's goal. They've won the third term. They trail by 9 points. Jorgensen gets the ruck takeaway to Zimbach. Zimbach tries to run through. Gets a handball to Will Tardif. Started like a bomb. Tardif puts the ball into the centre of the ground on the overlap. It comes back now to Collegians through Strawn. Strawn wrapped up in a tackle, found Ferguson. He's dangerous. He's 40 metres out. He gets the handball away looking for Jack Bull. Rogerson dispossessed him. Lynch did the toe poke. Lynch did the backing up, and he cleared for Old Zavs.
Lynch's kick goes towards the centre wing position. Oh, Howard got taken high by Corp. As he went into it, he's going to get a free kick.
Something astounding in that last couple of minutes of play when Strawn was going through the middle. It was the ruckman Shaw that ran him down and put the pressure on.
Correct.
Howard got the hand pass to Wynn, who got it to Ball, and Ball sent it short to Ambrose. Ambrose goes long to Aegis, who's found some space at half forward. Wheels around now, sends it on the left to the top of the square. It's a poor kick. Goss won't get there. It goes too far, in fact, for Goss, and it goes through for one behind. A wasted opportunity there for Old Zavs.
Disappointing kick from an experienced player like that.
5-8-38, they move to Collegian 7-4-46 on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard.
Game really heating up as Courtney Hilton chips out there to last year's Jock Nelson medalist in Stuart Inglis. Inglis goes wide, out to the half-back flank, and a big mark taken out there for Collegians by Charlie Holst. And Holst gets the handball away to Harvey, back to Holst. On the overlap again to Harvey. Harvey kicks across his body up to centre wing position. Lachlan Ferguson takes the mark for Collegians. 8 points the margin. Collegians lead. 11 minutes gone, third term. He goes looking out there for Jack Bull. Punched away on this occasion. Jack Bull tried to punch it away. Came to Rogerson. He flipped it up to Wynn. Wynn went towards centre wing position. Good contest. Patrick Ambrose whips it over the back. Collegians have numbers, and one of them's Will Tardif.
Tardif steps around Ambrose and has time to short pass up towards Kondarovskis. He balks around one player, then kicks long up towards half forward. Couple to beat. Reese does it. Wheels around. Kicks. Another goal. No misses. A point.
What a great mark. He's a wonderful player.
So just a behind there for Collegians. They go to 7-6-48, or might be 7-5-47. Zavs, scoreboard ahead of me there, 5-8-38.
Holstoff, John?
Yeah, it looks like his finger was bleeding. So
Dinan bombed the ball down the middle of the ground. Xaverians working hard in the third term, but now they've still got the ball because they've taken the mark through Ryan Colbert at half-back. Colbert goes out wide. Finds his teammate out there in Dimatina, who drives it down the line to Williams. Williams has got the ball on centre wing for Old Xaverians. He handballs to Aegis. Aegis on the unfamiliar right foot. Up towards Gidley. He dispossessed nearly by his own man. Came down to Andrew Scott. Andrew Scott got the handball away for Collegians to Blumfield. Blumfield runs through centre half back and goes towards half forward. Mark's been taken by Sam Troon. He had the kick smothered by Tim Dinan. Dinan gets a handball away to Purse. Wynn tried to break the line. He was dispossessed. Collegian supporters said play on, but Zavs have it.
Dimatina gets a clearing kick to the outer side, and Prowse, unopposed, marks on his chest. He goes wide to Aegis, who's getting a bit of ball on that half-forward flank, kicks into the man on the mark. Harvey that was. He works in hard, comes back out to Aegis. Short little pass is okay to Williams. He dropped the chest mark though, Williams. Immediately under pressure by Jorgensen. They want holding the ball. It's not going to be paid. Ambrose gets the hand pass out. Tardif chopped it off. He kicks up towards half-back, but Purse drops in and takes the mark. He's got Matt Ball in the middle of the ground. He goes through now. Scott chops it off though. Steps around Purse. Scott's got time to measure a kick up towards the half-forward line. Saunter getting the ball up on the centre wing position. Took it on the half volley. Hand pass was partially smothered. Got it out to Scott. Got it back to Kondaroskas, who comes to the middle of the ground and Strawn. And they've got the overlap on here through Blumfield.
Blumfield takes one bounce and runs to centre wing. He kicks it long. Lynch at the back, punches it away. Nick Reese, left foot, across the body, goal! Collegians have got all the answers. The Xaverians keep coming at them, but it's back to 15 points. Collegians 8-5-53, Old Zavs 5-8-38. 13 and 3/4 minutes gone. Third term on the Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard. Ken and John, a couple of Xaverians mistakes costly then.
Yes, very costly, but what a great play from Blumfield from the half-back line and a terrific finish from Reese there.
Yeah, fantastic play. A fantastic little passage of play, the ball going up. Rogerson's
he's in trouble there.
He's in trouble, and I wonder whether, no, I think that also Holst might be in trouble. Just saw the physios just saying, no, he may well have had a compound fracture.
We'll go down to Barnaby and Joe. Yep.
Yeah, Holster's got a dislocation.
Yeah, but it's bleeding too, so it's compound. So
Dr. Kennis on the job there.
See when he came off. Ken.
Diagnosed them from the stand. Fantastic.
Thrown up in the middle of the ground. Gee, that drifted a lot in the wind, that throw up as well. Tardif went in hard. He got wrapped up in a tackle to have another ball up.
And it looks like Rogerson's an ankle, by the way. They're taking his boot off. So, and that's a manageable injury.
The ankle
Unless,
one.
of course, he snapped it. With all due respect to a good man, but I mean, if it's just rolled, they can tape it up.
Walking, so there's probably hasn't snapped.
Give him some of Nick Wynn's jungle juice and send him back out.
So, thrown up in the middle of the ground after a series of goals to open this third quarter for both sides. Jorgensen tried to take clean possession. Troon overran the football. Tardif at the bottom of that packet. Look at all the bodies just pile in.
I'm glad
John's
not a vet, Ken. He'd be putting them all down.
That's right. I'm getting a bit worried.
Well, what a sensational quarter of footy this has been, with Zavs asking a lot of questions and Collegians totally up to it, although, the foundations are shaking a bit.
I've got this pain in the left knee. Could you do anything for me while I'm up there?
Two goals apiece.
It's either arthritis or gout, Ken.
Oh, thank you.
So, ball to be thrown up again. We haven't gone anywhere in all of that medical prognostication that's been going on. Kondaroskas hand passes out wide towards the wing. Prowse look at the pick up from him. Hand passes to Ambrose on the left. Swings it inside towards Hanley. Oh, he's at the front spot. Couldn't quite take it. Here's Prowse following up. He got tackled by two Collegians players. Not going into it. He's still got it. Prowse. He could be in trouble. No, said the umpire. And we will have a ball up 30 metres out.
Great double effort from Esmond Prowse then, and also a great kick from Ambrose on his non-preferred side.
As John said, Xaverians really taking to him in this third tournament, but Collegians have the answers. Blumfield got it to Sam Troon. Late inclusion, been pretty good. Troon goes out wide to Kondaroskas, who just keeps running. He'll have Williams on his tail. James Kondaroskas, can he pick it up? Great tackle, Jake Williams. Pushed off the ball there, and Damien Lynch has ended up with it. For Old Xaverians. He slows down play because he's slow. Puts it into the middle. And the mark's taken by Luke Howard. Well, he is, but he's good. And Luke Howard kicks the ball up the line, looking for Pat Ambrose, who's taken the mark. He's really come into the game in the third quarter. playing his last game today, I think, too, Damien Lynch, and done a great job. Pat Ambrose kicks
what a
it cheap.
square off that
Up
was.
towards Hanley, and Goss, no mark. And the ball's been taken away by Inglis for Collegians and end up with Troon.
And they can clear down towards the wing position. Corp on his own's got a bit of space. Gidley gets there to put the pressure on. Hand pass backwards for Kondaroskas. He steps around comfortably around Gidley. Kondaroskas has played a good third term as well. Kicks long. Carey front spot. Over the back. Sautner can drill a goal. No, misses. Just tried to grubber it along the ground, did Nick Sautner, and he got it through for one behind only. 8-6-54 Collegians. Old Xaverians 5-8-38. 16 points the margin.
Murphy Ambrose has got the kick in, or taken the resultant kick in now, and deep in the back pocket for Old Xaverians. They tried to make a break, didn't have anyone secondary to get the ball to, so Murphy Ambrose, awkward looking drop punt up to the half back line, win against Blumfield. Ball comes to ground, wrapped up the Old Xaverian skipper in Matthew Ball, and umpire Heffernan will come in and ball it up. 60 metres out from the Collegians goal, kicking to the scoreboard end in the third term. They lead by 16 points.
Chris Blumfield doesn't do a lot wrong. He is a very steady, reliable player.
And neither does Josh Aegis, who's got the ball for Old Xaverians. He bombs it up only as far there as Will Tardif, being great across half-back for Collegians. He chips the ball into Kondaroskas. One-handed, magnificent. James Kondaroskas, 50 metres out, unloads right up to the top of the goal square. Corp tried to take the mark. Ball came to ground. Big kick away by Blumfield. Umpire said in danger. And Xaverians avert the pressure and will get the free kick. And thank goodness that free kick wasn't reversed like ridiculous ones in the AFL. Go.
She goes short. It's okay to find Dimatina, who marks on his chest. He's got the running Lynch on the outside. Who steps around a couple. Sorry, it's Carey rather, who's run and had a couple of bounces. Goes to Win. Win on centre wing position, kicks up towards half forward, towards Goss. Goss couldn't quite take the mark. Inglis is there paddling, wants the boundary line. He might get it now, he does. And we'll have a boundary throw in about 50 metres out from Old Xaverian's goal. 16 points the margin, 19 minutes gone thanks to Westgarth Fish and Chips in this third quarter of the VAFA Premier Grand Final.
Looking forward to those on the way home, Ken.
Thrown in, Jorgensen knocks it down. Bull got claimed without it. Colbert went in to try and get the ball. Couldn't quite take possession. Zimbax is over it, and he is happy to see it just tied up for another ball up.
Just wonder then whether Goss was thinking there was going to be some contact, and is that the reason why he didn't go two-handed at that mark?
Jorgensen just thumps it forward about 10 metres up towards Purse. He allowed the shepherd for Aegius to come in and pick it up. Short kick is okay, and finds Tiernan, who marks in front of Blumfield. He wants to go straight away, Tiernan. Look at the pass up to Hanley. Too much. Goss at the back. Can he get it, Goss? Pressure on from Harvey. Hand pass out to Williams. Williams, can he get a goal? He can! Williams has got another one. Zavs go to 6-8-44. Back to 10 points. Collegians 8-6-54. Jefferson Ford Mentone scoreboard.
Yes, good piece of play there. I like the way they moved the ball from the centre of the ground then. Did a little bit of method.
Goss was the one then. I mean, he was under extreme pressure when the ball came to him, and he wriggled his body at the right time, took the weight of the opposition players to one side, and then managed to get it out to Williams, who really had great composure with the ball and just sat it up. He had a teammate there that could have marked it, but as it turned out, it went through for a goal.
Kennedy wanted to help the Williams goal on its way, but the ball was already through, and Andrew Scott's got it out for Collegians out of the takeaway. Nick Corp's taken the big mark. He's been good at centre-half forward. He gets the handball to Lachlan Ferguson. Ferguson spears the pass to Sautner on the half volley. Umpire said play on. Carey sat on top of Sautner, and now we'll have a ball up. It's a good kick. We'd like to go to the video. Yes, we'll get the video replay. No mark. Half volley.
Doing a Steve Waugh.
Not sure what's happened with the scoreboard.
Cameron Purse, 9-6 to 5-8. They've given Collegians a goal, which I don't really think is he's not really fair, is it?
No.
8 points the margin as far as we've got it. Collegians are 8-6 and Zavs are 6-8. Up in the air goes the ball. Corp gets the punch away. As far as Kondaroskas, he runs onto it. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire says holding the ball, and Old Xaverians will get the free kick through that man, Nick Wynn.
They're a bit worried about these young umpires.
Might motivate them a bit more, perhaps Zavs, if they think they're that far behind. Lynch goes to the outer side, kicks up towards Howard, couldn't quite take the mark, but he's got time to hand pass to Prowse. Prowse streams away from Tardif, kicks up towards, almost trapped there by Goss on the half volley, had to dive on it. Collegians with numbers though. Hilton, hand pass over the top, floating
pressure.
hand pass.
Great
Kennedy's
pressure.
been moved forward.
Well done.
Hand pass to Williams. Williams' little pass is okay for Hanley and he marks. And Zavs are really building here.
This is the time to dob a big one.
Scoreboard's caught up. It's a 10-point margin.
I mean, the real lift there. Williams is lifting, Goss is lifting, and all of a sudden, the pressure that they're putting on the Collegians backline players means the ball's not only not coming out at a rapid rate, they're keeping it in and getting themselves another opportunity. So, well done to Goss and to Williams in that play.
So Hanley, 45 metres, he'll have to kick this, maybe about 44 by the time he lets go, and he pops it through the middle for a goal. Zavs get back to within 4 points, 7-8-50, trailing Collegians 8-6-54.
At ground level, Joe, the wind really has blown up. I noticed Barnaby's run away.
Yeah, he's gone to get his jacket. It's getting cold down here.
Anything else you've got? Anything game related?
He hasn't gone home to West Heidelberg to get it.
Oh, the wind is picking up. You can score both ends. There's certainly much more carry on those kicks going to Glen Huntly Road end.
So Old Xaverians really have to make the most of the next 8 minutes or so, you'd suggest. They're 4 points down, but they are coming. And they've got the takeaway. No, they haven't, because Barclay Dixon with a big thump. Look for Ferguson. He was wrapped up in a tackle. Dynan's doing very well. He got another tackle, Tim Dynan, and laid it on Daniel Strawn, and we'll have a ball up right in the centre of Elsternwick Park.
Very good tackle on Ferguson then, because he knew he was going to go one way or the other and just wrapped around him.
But he got the second tackle again. Shaw got the kick away for Old Xaverians. Up to the half-forward line. Ambrose in front. Came to ground. Kaminar, quick handball away for Collegians. He got it to Tardif. Tardif went out wide to the ruckman in Barclay Dixon. He got a quick handball to Cameron Lee. Recruited from Werribee this year. Lee up to the half-forward line. Can anyone take the ball? Lachlan Ferguson can. He kicks around the corner. Deep into the forward line. Sautner grabs the ball. So does the boundary line. It goes over the line and out of bounds. In front of the scoreboard, 23.5 minutes gone. Third term of the Premier Division Grand Final. Collegians lead 54-50.
Certainly a great game, gents.
Yep.
Good, very good.
It's lifted as well in this third term. Knockdown goes to Strawn, who's immediately tackled there by Matty Ball. Not going anywhere, we'll have a ball up. 25 metres out from the Collegians' goal. 4 points of margin, 24 minutes, third term, thrown up, 20 metres out, directly in front of Collegians' goal. Dynan takes possession, wrapped up in a tackle by Lee. Zimbax rips it away from that contest, and he's caught by Agius. Not going anywhere, we'll have another ball up as the umpire comes in.
Classic Zav stoppage there, grand final stoppage. Down to the feet, wrap it up. See what happens here.
Thrown up.
Down.
Coming over the top, short. Corp hand passes into the space up towards Kondarovskis. Hand passes over the top to Sautner. Goes one way, then the other. He's a bit slow, got caught. Coming away with it, Murphy Ambrose kicks wide to Colbert. Colbert leads in the race with Bull. Bull's going to put the pressure on, but Ambrose followed up nicely. Hand pass just missed the target. Kaminar dived on it. Ambrose went in and got it. Hand pass into the face of Dynan. Didn't go anywhere. Troonen dived on it. Troon dived on it, and we'll have a ball up at left half forward. Collegians in attack.
Good news for Xaverians, Andrew, that Brad Rogerson looks like he's taped up and ready to go to come back on.
It didn't snap?
Oh, it might be broken, but it'll be back on. Barclay Dixon gets the takeaway.
For
Collegians, comes back to Nick Wynn. Nick Wynn goes out very wide looking for Ambrose. He's got Simmons on his hammer. And that southwesterly wind takes the ball over the line and out of bounds.
It's fantastically dramatic at the moment. The ball's going from one contest to another, and everyone is a vital contest. You can't afford to make a mistake.
And as Andrew said, John, this game really has lifted in the third term. What a grand final's all about. Bottom of the pack. Old Xaverians have it through Aegis. He's been great again today. He was dispossessed. Came down to Jack Bull for Collegians. He got a handball away. Old Xaverians take control of the football again. Now it's ended up with Chris Blumfield. And Blumfield drives it long, deep up into the forward line. Wynn taking it wide, out of bounds on the full. And the resultant free kick will go the way of Damien Lynch for Old Zavs, and or Carey, it'll go to Carey.
And using his pace too, Lynch.
Yes, Ken.
Just thought I'd let you
know. It's just not a great style, but he's very, very quick for a big fellow, Ken.
Carey's long kick up to the wing position to Shaw. Agius reads it best off hands. He kicks up towards half forward, up towards Goss, going back at the pack. Kennedy thumped off hands and goes out of bounds for a boundary throw. In this game, as we said, has gone up a notch. It is being filmed with up to 8 cameras today by Wilcar Sports, so I'm sure if you want a copy, you'll be able to get a copy of this game after the match's conclusion. Thrown in right half forward, knocked out by Dixon for Collegians, kicked up towards the forward line for
Goss.
Goss. Goss has got it.
25 almost.
Yes, I tell you what, it should be.
But listen, the thing about this quarter, the players that have lifted, you know, for Zavs, it's Aegis has played a great quarter. Win at the start of the quarter. This bloke, Goss, Williams, for Collegians, Kaminar in particular, has been outstanding and really heroic efforts. Goss has got a really important kick here.
So Goss kicked one from the opposite pocket to start this quarter, where he came out and snapped it. This one he's going to have to banana with the right foot as he's right up against the boundary line, 25 out. What a kick! He has got it. He's bananaed it through for his second of the two. And Zavs go to 8.8.56. They take the lead. Collegians 8.6.54. 27-minute mark, third term, Jefferson Ford scoreboard.
Well, yep, Goss has put in a great quarter. He was instrumental in their last goal, and he's finishing on the couple of shots he's had has been like outstanding. So turned his game around last week at three-quarter time, and he's gone from there. What are you saying? We've got some cramp down there, Ken.
Shorten it, just come off the ground.
And he's not happy, Brendan Goss, at all with his man in James Harvey. I think what you said, Johnny, might have jumped on top of him after he took the mark, and not happy with the attention being paid to him. Dixon won the takeaway for Collegians, only as far as Gidley. Now back in his familiar back line, and the free kick's been paid against him for incorrect disposal, and the free kick's gone to Bull. Bull churns it over badly, and the mark's been taken by Nick Wynn for Zavs. They probably need another one. I think Collegians have the win in the last quarter. He got it to Gidley. Centre wing position. Gidley on the right foot. Kicks it up to centre half forward. Hilton stood firm in front. He'll get the result. So free kick for across the shoulder.
I think with Sortner going off, they've put on an extra player back to just sort of see the quarter out. 28 minutes in, they've moved Taft to the goal square. And you'll notice they're playing with a five-man forward line and players back just to sort of maximise, or to stop any more leaking of scores.
He wore that one, Courtney Hilton. Now he kicks it high. And up in the ruck, up in the marking contest went Xavier. They couldn't take it, came to Jack Bull. Bull went out wide. Cameron Lee got the football back to Kondarovskis. Kondarovskis got the kick up to the half-forward line.
Reece.
Mark taken, Nick Reece. Reece goes across. Back to Jack Bull. Back Bull gets a handball away. He went to Zimbarks. Zimbarks has ended up with it again. Zimbarks kicks the ball into the forward line. Missing it was Carey. Ball came to ground across the body. Cameron Lee 1 point. Collegians on to 8.7.55. Old Xaverians 8.8.56. Margin 1 point.
Corpse coming off here.
A couple of the big men off for Collegians.
Sortner was certainly keen to get back on.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But Jorgensen replaces him instead. Massive kick from Carey. Ambrose tried to thump it forward. Shaw, and Ambrose runs onto it now. Hand passes up in the air. Shaw tried to sock it off the ground. Probably the wrong decision there. Dixon mopped up for Collegians. Hand pass to Reece, who just sits and waits. Dixon kept running and got it back from him. Sends it inside towards Taft. Lynch in the hole, though. Takes a strong mark to relieve the pressure for Xaverians. They lead by a point as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. What a magnificent quarter of football we saw then. Xaverians kicked 5 goals to that quarter, to Collegians 2 goals.
5.
No?
Yes.
Oh, they didn't kick 2 goals. Oh, they get 2-5 for the term. Correct. Sorry, 5-2 to 2-5. You're right.
6-2, weren't they?
Where does that leave us at three-quarter time? It leaves us Collegians 8-7-55 trailing Old Xaverians 8-8-56. 29 minutes that third term went. Major goal kickers quickly before we go to the break. Nick Reece with 2. Shura Taft with 2 for Collegians. Singles to Nick Corp, Andrew Scott, Nick Sortner and Lockie Ferguson. For Zavs, 2 each to Jake Williams and Brendan Goss and Matt Hanley. And singles to Nick Wynn, who kicked a wonderful long-running goal, and Oliver Gidley, who got there first of the game. We'll take a break on 96.5 Inter FM.
You're listening to the VAFA Match of the Day on 96.5 Inter FM and streaming at www.interfm.org.au.
Collegians have already broken up. Old Xaverians just dispersing. Ken, who were the best players in that third term?
For Zavs, Nick Wynn, terrific quarter from him. I thought Ryan Colbert continued to contribute too, but I also had my eye out for a couple of other players there as well in that quarter. I thought that in terms of Josh Aegis, I thought he turned the. I thought he was the one that really kicked them off in that quarter.
Absolutely.
Jake Williams was brilliant with a terrific goal that he kicked at a very vital time. And I thought Brendan Goss and both Damien Lynch also did their bit at different parts of the quarter. For Collegians, Blumfield and Reese continued to be their very best players, I think, right throughout the day. Kondorowskis was terrific. Lachlan Ferguson, Nick Corp and Josh Camino were the pick of the rest of the players.
John, just a trivia sort of thing. Old Xaverians, how many of their premiership coaches ex? Simon Lethlean, who else have we got? Michael Sholly?
Tim O'Shaughnessy,
Barry
Richardson and Nick Burke.
Okay, so most of those are here today watching, and I've just noticed most of them actually listening to that speech.
And I've noticed Fitzy coming off it right in the heart of Simon Lethlean, right in the middle of that group. Another thing that was pointed out to me by an old Zavs supporter early in the day is that they have played in 14 grand finals since 1995, and they've only lost twice. So Haileybury and St Bernard's being the two. So, and they were both outstanding.
2006 Haileybury and 2003 St Bernard's.
So 2002, yeah, Zaz won 2003 when Chol was coaching them. So they have an outstanding record in grand finals.
Can they keep that up? The final term on 96.5 NRFM. Here's Andrew Leonard.
So thrown up in the middle to get us underway this final term, thanks to McDonald's Family Residence and Melbourne City Toyota. Ferguson in the middle of the ground gets the first clearance for Collegians. He hand passed out towards Bull, thumped away from him. Matty Ball went in there hard. So did Cam Lee. He put in a strong tackle there on Dine, and it's not going anywhere as Collegians have managed to work it towards centre half forward. They're attacking the Glen Huntley Road end of the ground. I'll just go down to perhaps Barnaby and Joe. The wind's still favouring that end. Hang on, we'll get back to you in a second. Yes, it is, okay. Lynch still playing that loose man in defence. Gets a hand pass out to Colbert, who got it out to Tiernan, who runs on, kicks on the left up towards Kennedy, who's moved forward since probably about half-time, actually. Tardif playing on him. He gets caught in a tackle, not going anywhere. We'll have a ball up centre wing out of side of the ground.
Two things, Andrew. It's just Lynch allowing his man to go to that stoppage and him sitting back feeling more value. The other thing that will be, but it'll be a shuffle of men going up. They'll have an extra one up there. The other thing is it'll be interesting to see how Sautner responds to being taken off and if he can turn it into performance, his frustration.
From the takeaway, I think Zimbak's got that kick high up towards half forward. Nice mark taken by Blumfield. Got it back to the running Zimbaks, who sends it inside up towards Taft. He's got it. Mark paid. Yes, it was. Barnaby, I'll go to you now quickly.
Yeah, strong win, boys. It certainly hasn't died down. If anything, it feels a bit stronger.
Looks like it from the trees over there behind the goals.
So Taft will kick from the right forward pocket.
It's a tree doctor now.
He's kicked.
You look for vital signs,
very
Ken.
nice.
You look for vital signs.
They're called tree surgeons, I think, aren't they?
So that's what I meant.
Taft to kick from outside the 45-metre arc. He pops it up. It won't make the distance. It tugs it in, and it's out of bounds on the full, in fact. No score. So still a point the difference. 2 minutes gone, final quarter.
That's the problem if you get too far deep in that pocket, because of the wind's across the ground. It makes it hard to still the score there. So, Nick Wynn has the football for Old Xaverians, and he kicks it long, 50 metres out from goal now, punched away Hilton for Collegians. Nick Corp got a punch away, tried to get it to advantage. One of them in there was Cameron Lee, came to ground. Quick kick away by Old Xaverians, up to a contest at centre wing. Simmons against Ambrose. Simmons won the contest, got it towards Courtney Hilton. He punched the ball away now, ducking back and doing a good job, Ben Kennedy. Kennedy's got the ball away now. Runs the Old Xaverians across centre wing through Dimatina, who kicked it up towards Esmond Prowse in front. Couldn't take the ball. Ball came to ground. Ambrose tries to wheel around for Old Xaverians. Now a big pack of players falling on top of it, and we'll get a ball up. Right on centre wing position, outer side of Sportscover Arena. No change to the three-quarter time score. Zavs lead by a point. Big punch away, Barclay Dixon for Collegians. Now Gidley working back for Zavs, trying to take control of the ball. Wynn supported him, he got it back to Gidley. They went out wide to Colbert, who kicked across his body, up to Shaw. Shaw with a handball to Dimatina. Now they could break the lines. Dimatina on the left foot, goes up towards the half-forward line, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. No change to three-quarter time score, point the difference. Zavs have it, 3 minutes gone, final turn.
All on the line here. Any mistake could be costly.
So boundary throw in, outer side of the ground. Shaw and Dixon to go up in ruck. Shaw got that down towards Ball. Ball got the kick away from the pack, only as far as Hilton. Oh, great last-minute fist in there from Kennedy. Got the spoil in, got it out to Ambrose. Little kick inside's okay. Kamenar has been quietish today, but got that kick away. Dixon picked up the crumbs, got the hand pass to the running Blumfield off half-back. Kicks wide out here to Kondaroskas, who collects on the bounce. He now spins around and sends it long. Lynch is backing back. Saunter's back there as well. Lynch is going to pick it up, the crumbs, and hand passes a sweeping hand pass across the face of goal to Aegis. He gets it on the bounce now, takes on Zimbax, gets around him. Beautiful little pass to Shaw. Shaw gets it to Win. Win streaming through the middle of the ground, kicks up towards Goss, has a couple to beat. Harvey got the punch away from Goss. Goss leaves it there for Kennedy. Kennedy's caught with a football. Hand pass back to Goss, possibly held there by Hilton. Still can't get it away. And a pack forms and we'll have a ball up 30 metres out.
Oh, well done with those two young players in Goss and Kennedy to really threaten, but not just threaten, against having numbers against them to keep the ball trapped in so they can get a stoppage down there.
Kennedy, who started the game down back and did well, now being productive in the forward line. Barclay Dixon got the big thump away. It went 35 metres, as good as a kick, and went over the line and out of bounds before Aegis could pick up the ball.
They've got to do something about that, Zabs. They've got the ruck strength, so you can't just have the opposition ruckman knocking at 30 metres. That's twice he's done it this quarter.
He's up against Shaw in this contest, outer side of the ground. Zavs still lead by 1 point. Shaw this time got the takeaway. It went bounce, 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 and went out of bounds again.
I think that's probably a tactic that they've specifically put in because of the Zav tactic of just dropping it low and getting the thing. So what they're trying to do is just knock it clear of that stoppage. So it's good tactic.
Once again, Dixon against Shaw. Shaw wins it down. He tried to drop it at foot level. On this occasion, Collegians have the ball. One of them was Ferguson, one was Strawn, and the boundary line once again wins out. So we've had 4 boundary throw-ins in the last minute. We've gone 5 minutes.
Because of the wind. Yeah, it's bad throw-ins.
The last 2.
Yeah, Dixon will try and smack it again. Bang.
So Shaw got that knock. Dixon tried to get it. Ferguson came away with it, threw it on the boot, got it up towards the wing position. For the ball, there's Dimatina in the front spot. Hand pass back to Win. Win on the left foot goes wide to Colbert, and Colbert just keeps it in, does he? Yes, he does. Touches it over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in centre wing out of side.
It's been fantastic since half-time, Dimatina, and particularly opened this last quarter very well.
So no score yet in this final quarter. We've played 6 minutes thanks to McDonald's Family Restaurants, and the Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard has it still a point the difference. 56 Old Zavs, Collegians 55. From that ball in, we'll have another ball up as the ball just dropped to ground. Pack formed, didn't go anywhere. Shaw got the knockdown. Ferguson first there. Maybe just pulled out of the contest slightly there as AGS came in to put pressure on. Tried to slapping it forward there was Zimbax. Didn't get the distance that he wanted on it. It went over the boundary line. We'll have another boundary throw in outer side of the ground.
Great pressure from both sides.
Yeah, there is indeed.
Huge crowd on the hill.
Probably going Zav's way, isn't it, really, in terms of they're getting what they want, of running the clock down, taking early scores with the wind out of the equation.
Protecting the lead
They're
already.
going for a 0-0 draw in the last quarter.
No, but you'll be surprised.
Thrown in. Again, a pack forms. Hilton at the bottom of that one there. They tumble over, and that's probably about the 7th or 8th stoppage we've had in a row.
There's more, there is pressure on Collegians here, more so than the Zavs are. They're the ones that have got to score. They've got the scoring end.
So, again, another pack forms. Trying to work it out there was Shaw. Hilton comes away with it for Collegians. Gets a kick up towards centre half forward. Corp front spot. Punched away from him by Win. First to the ball's going to be Lee. Traps the football. Then has time to run around. Colbert's got him, though. Gets it to Corp, who was there in support. Just threw it on the boot, Corp. He's got a couple to beat Saunter. He's not going to beat Lynch, and Lynch has just been a force to be reckoned with in that back half. His short kick goes wide and finds Matt Ball in the back pocket. So Ball, the skipper of Old Xaverians, he's got a man. He goes back to Lynch at full back, pretty much in the goal square. He goes wide to Carey. Carey plays on. His short kick. Oh, great pressure. And excellent pressure being applied there.
Damien Lynch should have kicked it so he could have marked it and had the choice of being able to either go back and play it. But he had to sit and wait for that handball.
The kick went out of bounds on the full, and Jack Bull's going to take the free kick. The man on the mark, Asia, stands at about 35 metres out.
Just a little thing.
There might be level there.
So Bull to kick from 40 metres. He's popped it to the top of the square.
kick,
It won't
good
make
kick.
a score. It might be punched through.
Well
Carey
picked,
does
Ken.
that. He punches it through. 8:56, each of two. 8.5 minutes gone.
So good
Final
kick,
quarter.
good kick from Bull. Gave him a chance from a better spot. But when I talk about errors, you know, just that little thing of Damien Lynch, who's been great, going the long handball instead of a little left foot kick to give him an option.
Dinan under pressure from the Collegians supporters to do a good kick. He did a pretty good one out to the half-back line, and Zavs have it through Prowse. He ducks, he weaves, he's forced to go backwards under pressure to Ball. Quick kick away, Oliver Gidley. He's turned it over to Courtney Hilton for Collegians. He's got Blumfield on his own out wide. He needs to take the ball. He missed it, Nick Wynn. Very, very good. Nick Wynn takes the ball. Handballs backwards to Dimatina. He breaks the Simmons tackle. Misses his target in Ambrose. Needs Esmond Prowse in
Good
support.
tackle.
He's got the ball in Andrew Scott.
come
And
on.
umpire said, no, I think that was right. It was there. Scott gets up and he's told to go back. I think that was there. I think he deserved the free kick. And Andrew Scott, who's been good as a prime mover for Collegians, not only today, but right throughout the season. Centre wing, grandstand side, it's all tied up. 8-8 apiece, 10 minutes gone in a sensational grand final. He kicks it up to centre half forward. Corp at the back, couldn't be paid, and we'll get a resultant ball up. Big crowd here, Andrew. Also, we've been told by the studio that listeners all around Melbourne, also listening to us in the USA, Germany and Ireland. So big listening right throughout the stream all day, which has been mainly maxed out. So Ken, good news there.
Very good.
Thrown up. Reese just spilled the ball at the critical time. He got it back though. Then kicked it up towards the top of the square. Chance here.
Front.
Oh, look at the mark from Wynn in front spot. Gee, Nick Wynn's played a great second half. And he kicks short out towards Howard. It's a dangerous kick, but it's okay. Howard managed to take the mark. And 25 against Bull. Just impeded on Howard after he completed the mark.
But he had to. I mean, he had to make him earn it. He got there late. It's only 25 metres that part of the ground, but.
So Pearce comes onto the ground and makes the lead. Scott covers him off. So Howard, just behind centre, goes short to Dinan in the middle of the ground. Tiernan's on here, but half forward. Dimatina has now got Tiernan. He can go to him. Tiernan's got space in front of him. If he keeps running to 45, he might do that. No, goes short to the pocket to Goss and gets him. And you'd back Goss to kick it from here, given the way he's been kicking goals from both pockets so far today. This kick will put Zaz in front, you'd imagine.
And a great example of what we've seen about efficient forward play. In that situation, we had the front line leading up that he could have kicked to, but he waited until the player to move into the space that had been vacated, and a good disposal and finish.
And the advantage of the man coming off the bench being all on his own in Tiernan.
Rogerson back on the ground as Goss, from about 5 metres in from the boundary line, kicks it out of bounds on the full, so still no score change to that level scores we've got. 8:56, just in case there is extra time needed. It's a coin toss in the middle of the ground to determine which team kicks which way. We then play 5-minute halves each way. With if it's still level after that, just the timekeeper keeps his hand off the buzzer until the next score.
Now Hilton went into Jack Bull, who's taken the mark. Halfback flank for Collegians, all tied up. 11.5 minutes gone in the grand final term. Up to Kondorovskis, coming to the game after half time, but this time he ran the ball over the line and out of bounds, right on outer wing position. 8-8 apiece. 12 minutes gone. Thrilling grand final here at Sportscover Arena at Elsternwick Park this afternoon. This time Pearce wins the takeaway, but Collegians have got numbers at the bottom of the pack, and once again we'll have a secondary stoppage still on the outer wing.
So it's been a pretty stagnant sort of final quarter after the thrilling goal fest we had in that third term. First goal massive for either side here after both sides were 8 goals at three-quarter time, just the one behind being added to the scoreboard this term. That going the way of Collegians. A Jack Bull kick from the pocket, off hands, punched through. Free kick, I think, has been plucked out. No, umpire Holmes is going to just come in and ball it up. Centre wing outer side. Sorry, John, go now.
Oh, sorry, ball up. We'll do it in a sec.
Thrown up. Jorgensen thumps it towards the boundary line, and Matt Ball sees it over.
I just say, I mean, we've seen this script before in a grand final, you know, with Zavs against DLR in recent times, just completely dry up the game by, you know, great contesting around the ball and take the chance. There might only be a couple of chances for either side to score.
Thrown in, Pearce rather, it worked to the front spot, got it out to Ball. Ball threw it on the boot and kicked it up towards half forward. Tardif goes in and takes the mark as Hilton helped him out with a bit of well-positioned body work there to protect the space. Short pass from Tardif to Scott. Tardif kept running and got it back from Scott. Had a bounce and kicked up towards centre half forward. Lynch is back there by himself. Look at Corp attack the football though. Almost claimed possession. Going back Gidley, paddles it towards the boundary line. One of the boundary line. Good attack on the body there from Shroon. And we'll have a boundary throw. Nothing doing there. Boundary throwing 25 metres around. Collegians in attack.
Well, at the nearly the 14-minute mark, for another 14 minutes to go, and the next goal will win it, won't they?
1 point being scored for the whole 14 minutes of this quarter. Wynn wrapped up in a tackle. No way known you can pay holding the ball there. He didn't have any opportunity. And we'll get a ball up 20 metres out from the Collegians' goal. They're kicking to what should be the scoring end, but as John said, this last quarter, the wind goes out the window. Big punch away for Collegians. Ends up with Lockie Ferguson. It's high. It'll probably put them in front. It does. 1- score for Collegians, and Nick Wynn actually played on too quickly. He's got to go back.
No such thing these days.
Yeah, you've still got to have the umpire signal a score.
So Wynn to kick in. Margin of point in favour of Collegians. Goes to Colbert in the VAFA Premier Grand Final on 96.5 NRFM. Colbert at full back virtually. That short kick. Saunter stands the mark and Colbert goes short again to Gidley, who got it back to Colbert by hand, who went wide to Dynan also by hand. Takes his time, Dynan, then goes long on the left foot up towards the wing position towards Williams. He's got a couple to beat. Kaminar and Tardif are there, and Collegians couldn't work that out. I would have thought they'd try and win that ball and paddle it back, but goes over the boundary line. Good result for old Xaverians.
Great steady bit of play out there, well constructed, and they've got a throw in on the wing where most of the play this quarter has been.
Centre wing outer side of the ground, thrown in, 0-0 draw in the ruck. At the fall, the ball Strawn gathered possession and kicked it up towards half forward. Lynch goes in and takes the mark. It's probably about his 3rd or 4th of the term.
So it's Lynch up that end, Tardif at the other that are free and that are doing all the cleaning up.
Where will the game be broken down? 57 plays 56, 15 and a half minutes gone. Final quarter, kick goes wide. Purse almost took the mark at the fall. The ball Strawn. Strong tackle on him. There by Ball. Not going anywhere. Zav's come away with it. Rogerson's got it. Little dinky kick down the line is okay. Is it deliberate? No, said the umpire. We'll have a boundary thrown out of sight.
It's better not be.
Don't even consider it.
Well, he only wanted the boundary line.
But he only had that choice. He had a man. No. Sends shivers down my spine. Ruck contest. Jorgensen up there for Collegians. He tried to get it away, went as far as Strawn. Now Collegians will clear again. Right up towards Nick Corp in front. Can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Dangerous area, 55 metres out from the Collegians' goal. They've got the only scores in the last quarter, and that's 2-0. 16 minutes gone and a complete arm wrestle in the last term here.
So you'd reckon it'll only go to 25-26 at the way.
But there's been a lot of stoppages. So that's a lot of throw-ins and a lot of stoppages. So it's no idea. It still might go nearly 30 minutes. Last quarter, Purse gets the ball down. Huge pack of players around the ball. Now it's come out as far as Blumfield, and Blumfield's taken the mark.
I like that synergy on the bench there for Collegians coming onto the ground. They had 14, 16, 18.
And they got number 32 who's got the ball, and he's 50 metres out.
They still do if you include Shaw at
That's
the moment.
Right, that's right. Sorry, everyone.
You'll like this one as well because number 10's coming off.
Release
Here's
attention.
Blumfield. 50 metres out. This to extend the lead to 7. It comes back on the wind.
Beautiful kick.
And Collegians get the goal that they've been striving for the first 17 minutes of the last quarter. And Chris Blumfield's just the man to do it. They go on to 9-9-63. Old Xaverians now under the pump, 8-8-56.
Well, he's a magnificent kick, Chris Blumfield. A great field kick, but also a very reliable shot at goal. And he's had a great season. He's every time we've seen him, which is probably half a dozen or more now this season, he's been a very important and good player for them.
So how do Old Zavs respond? 17 and a half minutes gone, final term. Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard has them 7 points down. Aegis gets taken high. No free kick. No, it is. It's paid against Imbacks. Aegis immediately goes on the left, sends it forward. Amazing how left forwarders always catch players out. Goss flew, couldn't take it. Tardif at the fall, the ball hand pass to Dixon. Dixon's kick down the line. It's chopped off in a mark there by Dimatina. Hand pass backwards to Wynn. Wynn kicks wide and finds Colbert, who takes it on this near wing. He goes short, back inboard towards Williams, missed the target. Zimbacks mops up. Hand pass is there to the running Blumfield, the goal kicker, gets it to Lee. Lee sends it forward up towards Corp, who's got about 3 to beat, and Lynch again takes another mark in defence. Hand passes to Carey. Carey goes short. Oh, no, in fact, he goes long. Changed his mind at the last minute. Thought he was going to go to Purse. Purse ran off instead. Mark taken that there by Zimbacks. He gets it to Blumfield, and they're away again, Collegians.
So Blumfield drives it up, and Lynch stands firm in front of short attack and takes the defensive mark for Old Xaverians. He stood up Damien Lynch, and he kicks the ball out wide on this occasion to Dimatina, handball to Murphy Ambrose. Murphy Ambrose goes back inboard to Nick Wynn, famous at breaking the lines. Wynn's got to hit a target, he does. Pat Ambrose has not been paid the mark. Umpire called play on. Ambrose, 2-on-1. Kennedy goes up, he's got Colbert at ground level. Ryan Colbert takes the mark and then falls over. Bad turnover, maybe looming here. Will Tardif's got it. He went to try and handball out Brad Rogerson. Courtney Hilton working hard for Collegians. Couple of mistakes, no one was made to pay, and we'll get a resultant ball up 50 metres out from the Old Xaverians goal. They trail by 7 points. We've gone 19 minutes in the final term.
He's tired, Ryan Colbert. That's a couple of tired kicks that he's just given them. They've cost him a little bit.
And he lost his footing. Matthew Ball back onto the ground for Old Xaverians. Big punch away there by Dixon, only as far as Nick Wynn. He gets the handball to Matthew Ball, kicks around his body up to 45 metres at ground level. Collegians have numbers, and one of them's Kamenar.
And he gets the clearing kick away to Bull, and Bull's got lots of space on Howard. But look at the chase from Howard. He's going to get there and put some pressure on, but Bull's got time to kick up towards half forward. It's a poor kick, in fact, from Bull. Goes out in front of Taft as a big bunch of red and black balloons go high over the sky above Sportscover Arena.
Struggling to see how the Zavs are going to get through here. Famous last words, but they're just...
Yes,
the numbers across the Collegians half-back line is they're finding very difficult to get past.
Thrown in right half forward, Sautner in ruck for Collegians at the back of the pack. Here's a chance for Lee, just over around the football. Prowse went in, got it to Dimatina. His short little kick only as far as Hilton. Hilton hand pass back to Tardif. Tardif spins around and delivers up towards full forward. And instead of half forward, and Nick Reese's mark. Probably too far out to score for him.
No, he'll get that with the wind.
Man on the mark stands at about 47 metres. Nick Reese is pretty much directly in front. Breeze probably going from left to right.
He can get that with the wind, I'm sure.
No, hand passes away to Kondorauskas. He goes from about 55 metres. What a magnificently long kick that was. And it goes through for one behind only. 9-10-64. They extend the margin out to 8 points. Xaverians are 8-8-56. 21 minutes gone. Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard.
Carey went to the defensive side of the ground, and they couldn't take control of the ball. Dimatina on that occasion seen over the line by Collegians. Certainly a win in that micro passage of play. John, when do Old Xaverians have to pull the trigger and say we've got to go up the middle?
They've got to go now. They've got to go.
They can't just keep going this defensive side of the ground. Massive throw in. Came back to Gidley. And now Dimatina's got the football and he goes out to Ryan Colbert, so at least he's got it to our attacking side of the ground. Chips it back into the middle. Brendan Goss dispossessed on this occasion by Harvey, but the free kick's been paid and advantage to Matthew Ball. Ball up towards Rogerson. He's got the ball on half forward, a handball. Over there to Esmond Prowse. Now Patrick Ambrose has to finish, but he can't. And he just gets it in for one minor score. Zav's first score of the last quarter. On to 8-9-57. 7 points down on Collegians. 9-10-64. 22 minutes gone. Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard.
Kicked a point in every quarter, Ambrose, for me. Pat Ambrose.
Hilton goes wide and finds Bull, who marks on his chest out of side of the ground. Half-back flank for Collegians. Kicks long down the line to Dixon. Couldn't quite take the mark. Reese flew as well. Crashing through Murphy Ambrose. Hand passes out sideways for Agius. Ball sits up nicely for him and he kicks up towards Kennedy direction. Kennedy takes the mark in front of Simmons. He plays on immediately. Has Prowse and Ambrose in the middle. Prowse is going to get in. Blumfield chops it off. Gets it to Scott. Scott's hand pass is too strong for Ferguson. First there is Ball for Xaverians. Gets it back to Gidley. Goes wide out here to Rogerson. He's got Prowse on his own in the forward pocket. He goes to him. Prowse takes it. Plays on. Wedged against the boundary line. Flying shot at goal. Just sneaks it in for one behind. They get another behind. They go to 8-10-58.
What a game.
Collegians 9-10-64. It's a goal the difference. 23 minutes.
Don't worry about the wind. Just nail it. Kick it hard and fast to the centre of maybe just one side of the goal.
Those points are important. Zavs are just building this up to a draw.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Courtney Hilton about to bring the ball back in
Geordie.
front of a raucous Xaverians crowd at the southern end. He goes to the
free.
attacking side, which is a great kick. He had it Blumfield and or Scott.
Oh.
Blumfield took the mark.
They're
He'll
well
tip the ball to
positioned there.
Ferguson in the middle of the ground. Ferguson goes forward. Reese in front. Reese keeps his feet. Very dangerous. Half forward flank, 60 metres out from goal. Handballs back to Sam Troon. Troon offloads with a high kick. Right up to the hot spot. Lynch at the front. Ball punched away and hits the behind post. Maybe an important point to Collegians. 9-11-65. Zavs 8-10-58. 7 points the margin. 23 and a half gone.
Yeah, it's a very important point. That
Collegian supporters return the favour to Tom Carey at the other end of the ground, and his kick makes no mistake and goes to Murphy Ambrose.
Get it moving. You got to get it moving.
He goes back to Carey, and they're back where they started in the goal square. He's got a lead from Gidley. He goes to him, honours that lead. Short marks in front of Troon. They're still inside defensive 45.
Ball in the
Short
middle.
pass goes to Ball across ground. He has to look and squint into the sun, but he marked okay. Got the hand pass to the running Colbert. Colbert kicks long to the outer side of the ground. Kicks too far for Shaw. Bounces over his head and bounces over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. 7 points the margin. 24 and a half minutes. Final term. VAFA Premier Grand Final.
Tight game.
fantastic game.
So thrown in, here goes Scott, hand passes away, it's all Xaverians, Aegis is going to get there first, he does so, gets onto his left, sends it forward, Lynch's move forward, it doesn't quite find that target, punched away by Inglis,
Well played,
here's a
Josh.
chance for Williams, shrugs one tackle, gets a little kick forward, it's not going to find a target there as Kamenar runs onto it, hand passes out to Blumfield, Blumfield got dispossessed and then taken out of the contest by Ambrose, no free kick, boundary line throw in, 45 metres round from Xaverians goal. They trail by 7 points on the Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard.
25 minutes gone, final term of the VAFA Premier Division Grand Final for 2012. Shaw gets the ball down to Aegis, who's wrapped up before he can even get it out. They've got to keep trying to keep the ball live down there.
This time.
And they've got a free kick. 40 metres out, they haven't kicked a goal in the last quarter, and Tiernan will take the free kick. He'll kick from 40 to 45 metres out. Into the breeze, he should still be able to get the carry.
Long way after 4 quarters of grand final football.
Here he comes. Tiernan comes in to bring the margin back to a point. He's got it. He's got it. Kicks early. And there's 1 point net difference at Sportscover Arena. 25 and 3/4 minutes gone of another grand final classic.
What a fantastic finish.
What a great kick. What a great kick.
He knew straight away as well.
As John Canner said, just kick through the ball. He did.
Don't worry about the
didn't
wind.
deviate once. And we've got the smallest possible margin, Andrew Leonard. We don't know whether there's a minute to go, 4 minutes to go, but we know it's close.
It's the 26-minute mark of the final quarter of the grand final. Big thump from Purse, just fell through the hands there of his Xaverians teammate. Troon picked it up in the middle. Long kick forward up towards the forward line for Collegians. It's going to bounce over the boundary line, right forward pocket. Collegians in attack.
Crucial.
They lead by a point, 26 and a half minutes gone.
Crucial. They could have got that clearance.
Only 1 goal apiece in the final term.
So boundary throw in. Corp and Purse to do the ruck work. Players not really manning up. Corp almost took it. Clean possession. Coming away with it, ball, look at that, wonderful possession, away to the running Prowse. Prowse kicks long up towards the Ambrose direction, almost completes the mark, couldn't quite do so. Look at the diving in courage there from Inglis, I believe. Not going anywhere, boundary, ball up, sorry,
just
outer side of the ground. Hilton it was, no, Inglis it was diving in, Hanley was up on the wing position.
Shouldn't have had to go so wide then. Kept it in the centre channel.
Thrown up, Purse tried to go the big punch, Jorgensen got it away to Scott. Scott's kick fortuitously lands in the lap of Nick Reese. He marks on his chest, slows things down. What will he do? Kick to Taft. Taft marks on his chest, massive mark, and he might be hurt the way he fell there. Just backing back there was Dimatina and Taft went up in the air.
He's okay.
Landed on his back, he's okay, he's up slowly. I'm sure he's happy to milk some time off this clock. They lead by a point, Collegians. You'd imagine at this point, it's almost a case of next goal wins.
If indeed
If there is one.
If there is one, exactly. Only a goal each so far. Tass kicks an ugly one to the hot spot. Blumfield under it, pushed under it.
paid the three.
It was there, I reckon.
Pushed.
It was
He was
definitely
pushed.
there.
Definitely pushed.
Aegis just kept working Blumfield under it and gave him a little nudge in the back, and Blumfield, much closer in than he was when he kicked the first goal of the term, has a chance to kick this one from directly in front, about 35 metres out.
Definitely pushed him. No doubt.
Well, really?
Yep, for mine.
So, Blumfield to extend the margin to 7 points for Collegians. Kicks a goal. Collegians in front by 7 points in the grand final. 28.5 minutes gone. They go to 10-11-71. They lead Old Xaverians 9-10-64 on the Melbourne City Toyota scoreboard.
He's been a terrific player too today, Blumfield, done a great job for his side.
Sure has been a great player, and just never looked like missing either of the 2 shots he's had in the last quarter that have made the difference. Looking like they're going to make the difference. Yeah, I couldn't imagine there's more than 30 seconds.
2 scores to win now for Old Xaverians. They trail by 7 points. Purse wins it out to Colbert. He gets the handball to Prowse. Prowse goes down towards the full forward line. It was a poor kick. Goss and Lynch had to try and take it. Tardif got it away. Quick handball to Inglis. Now Collegians will clear again through Kaminar. Out of sight of the ground. Handball to Courtney Hilton. Handball over the top to Daniel Strawn. I'd say this is the premiership side now up to the full forward line. Shura Taff can't take the mark. Xaverians still fighting hard. But the handball from Dimatuna goes over the line and out of bounds.
That kick out of the centre with Prowse coming through, I mean,
had to be more direct.
Had to be where it was dangerous into that area. You know, he miskicked it anyway, but surely you had to kick it into that dangerous spot.
Coaches Hibbins and Arnott still look fairly stressed as Shura Taff's down on the ground there for Collegians. Looks fairly ugly. Looks like it might be behind the knee on the right-hand side, not the side that's taped up.
What have we stopped for?
For Shura Taff, we should be just playing on. And we now are 29 minutes and 57 seconds, final term. Collegians lead by 7 points. Surely not much time to go, and we'll have another ball up. Just ticked over 30 minutes. As we said, we've had a lot of stoppages and only 3 goals in the final term as Shura Taff comes off the ground and Cameron Lee comes back on. Purse kicks the punch away as far as Kondaroskis, the speedster for Collegians, kicks across his body. Xavier have the numbers back, and one of them's Gidley.
Gets it to Wynn. Wynn goes through the middle of the ground, has a bounce. He might be in trouble here. Gets around, shrugs off the tackler and kicks up towards Williams. Going back, taking a lovely mark is Simmons, Charlie Simmons. He's played a pretty solid game in the back half today, and now he's got cramp as well. And he wants to just slow things up. He's got cramp in that left leg of his. And he's going to hand pass away to Lee. And now Zimbaks rather, and he goes wide to Jorgensen. Siren! Collegians win! They are 2012 premiers. They go back-to-back, winning by 7 points over Old Xaverians, 10-11-71 over Old Xaverians, 9-10-64. And scenes of absolute joy and devastation on the faces of the Xaverians' faces. Joy for the Collegians fans as they win their 2nd premiership in a row.
Yeah, great performance. What a terrific grand final. They had everything. That
Sure did, yeah. I mean, just a great last quarter. Zavs gave it their best shot. You know, the loss of Darvel early in the game, I think, in the end, became a major factor in the game. Losing any player 3 minutes into the game, let alone it being one of your best players. So that's disappointing for them, but they can be well proud of their effort. I mean, they really made up the ground of the last few weeks on Collegians, and had a good go at it. For Collegians, you know, their method stood up to enormous pressure today. They worked hard.
Barnaby Willis at ground level.
I'm just with Mark Hibbins. How is it, Mark? Back to back.
It's fantastic. It's a great feeling. It was a great game, and you know, the result was in doubt right to the minute. We're just very, very rapt that we've managed to get up and just win back-to-back flags. It's just something that you dream of, and it's come true. So,
ladies and gentlemen,
what about the contest? It just seemed like tough and hard and honest footy. What a great game!
It was a fantastic game, and credit to both sides and players, and you know, It was just tough and hard and free-flowing, and, well, it wasn't that free-flowing. It was just a really great victory, and full credit to Zavs. They were magnificent.
Just very quickly, tell us about the shared coaching. How does that feel in terms of the back-to-back victories?
Feels great now. Thanks very much.
Enjoy the victory.
Thank you, Barnaby, down there with co-coach Mark Hibbins. Hopefully we'll also hear from Simon Arnott. Now, the goal kickers today, Collegians, 2 to Nick Reese, 2 to Shura Taft, 2 to Chris Blumfield, both in the last quarter. Singles to Andrew Scott, Nick Sautner, Lachlan Ferguson and Nick Corp. Whilst for Old Xaverians, 2 to Jake Williams, 2 to Brendan Goss, 2 to Matthew Hanley. Singles to Nick Wynn, Oliver Gindley and Lewis Tiernan, who kicked a great one in the last quarter. It was 10-11-71 Collegians, 9-10-64 Old Xaverians. We'll take a break and be back with the presentations on 96.5 Inter FM.
Your local McDonald's is proud to sponsor 96.5 Inter FM. From mouth-watering breakfast McMuffins to tempting
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get the presentation ceremony underway. To start the presentations, I'll call upon the General Manager of Umpiring of the Victorian Amateur Football Association, Mr. Brian Goodman, to present the medals to today's umpires. And in goal today, the umpires are Rebecca Brown and Clayton Evans. Our boundary umpires today, Daniel Adams, Ryan O'Shea and Merimi Tamo. Now, 3 field umpires today, magnificent effort by them, Andrew Heffernan, Luke Holmes and Matt Pryor. Well done again to today's umpires. Congratulations on a magnificently umpired Premier Grand Final. I'll now call upon Mr. Jock Nelson to present the medal named in his honour for the best player on the ground. And the best player on the ground from Collegians today, number 5, Andrew Scott. To present the Premiership medallions, we're going to ask a legend of the club and a guy who was very unlucky to miss out today, Jono Dixon and Lex Hibbins, of course a 5-time Premiership player, Lex, to come up and present the medal to the Premiers. Number 3, Charlie Holst. Number 5, Andrew Scott. Number 6, Jack Bull. Number 7, Shura Taft. Number 8, Daniel Strawn. Number 10, James Jorgensen. Number 11, Nick Sauntner. Number 14, Barclay Dixon. Number 16, Cameron Lee. Number 17, Courtney Hilton. Number 18, Trent Zimbax. Number 19, Stuart Inglis. Number 20, Sam Troon. Number 21, James Harvey. Number 23, Will Tardif. Number 25, James Kondaroskis. Number 30, Josh Kamenar. Number 32, Chris Blumfield. Number 33, Lachlan Ferguson. Number 36, Nick Cork. Number 57, Charlie Simmons. And the captain, number 4, Nick Reese. And the coaches, Mark Hibbins and Simon Arnott. Just call upon the coaches to say a few words and have a chat before we give you the Premiership Cup.
I can talk. Look, I'd like to thank the Victorian Football Association for putting on such a fabulous day. Michael Sholly and his team do a terrific effort. But I'd really like to pay our respects to the old Xaverians Football Club. Magnificent performance in finals series. Something that we really want to base our side on, how you just fight so hard for every possession, and congratulations to you. I know you'd be very disappointed. To our side, fantastic guys. To our committee, President Wayne Dyer, we just wrapped, and we're going to have a few drinks tonight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, to Bally and Andy, obviously resilient team and fantastic respect all clubs have got for you, and best of luck next year. Just on behalf of the boys, what you two blokes have done, I mean, that's 3 grand finals in the last 3 years. Sensational effort. And the same thing, Wayno and Amanda, I mean, this year was the first year, I think, in a long time we've got all 4 teams in the finals. Just building a great culture and, more importantly, a great place to be. And to you blokes, and the blokes who missed out, just a bloody sensational effort. Back-to-back this year, boys. Well done.
to present the Premiership Cups, the President of the VAFA, Mr. Bruno Conti, and the CEO of Sportscover, Mr. Chris Nash, the Premiers in 2012, Collegians.